This is Sports Radio 560
What about a Sennheiser?
WQAM Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Sports Radio 560 WQAM Miami, Fort Lauderdale presents The Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil, call 567-0560, toll free for Dade and Broward, or pound 560 on your cell phone. The opinions of Neil, his guests, callers, or anyone else on the show do not necessarily reflect those of WQAM, Beasley Reed Acquisitions, or the Beasley Broadcast Group. Now, Neil Rogers on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
What? What are you looking at me for? You're telling me that we're on the air?
We're on the air. You don't hear that?
My clock says 3 minutes till 10.
What are you talking about? Your clock, you think that's going to be set?
I thought you were doing it like you always do every day, a dry run in there. I'm sitting slumped back in a chair, and he looks at me like, yeah?
Sorry, I set my clock.
Well, that's great. Well, I got 2 minutes. I'm not coming on until the clock says 10 o'clock, okay? Are you out of your mind?
Mine said 4:44 when I came in.
Yeah, great. So we're in our new studios. Anybody care, huh?
No.
I didn't think so. Yeah, I'm sitting back in a chair here, and he's in there diddling in his little broom closet of a room, by the way. This just doesn't sound, I don't want to start off on a negative note. See, first of all, you don't pot up. I mean, were you hearing the morning show? Not that I want to hear that crap, but I mean, were you hearing it?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't.
You weren't in the
Yes, I am. I'm in program, mister. How come I wasn't hearing it?
Not in program.
Well,
You got to be on the
pre-delay. Before we're ready again, because I know that Greg Reed would never have us do that, you know. Right. Oh, man. Oh, all kinds of sounds. All kinds of sounds. Yeah, like those tinny, really bad sounds. Yeah, just like you hear how tinny that sounds?
Sounds good in here.
Yeah, well, great. So you do the show in there. You did 20 minutes on Friday. Oh, by the way, I'm going to critique George's 20 minutes that I heard going to the airport. First of all, the callers sucked. Oh! That's true all the time. Callers were terrible. All your little Julio friends, they were warming up for Calle Ocho, okay? Must be. And secondly, why do you always, what is this fetish you have with like making, taking that awful music you like and making like, yeah, he likes to like drop in, which is a good way to kill time. That's a good technique. Which you mentioned, I noticed, and that's true. You know, you only got. But when you only got 20 minutes to fill, how much time do you have to kill? Okay, who's going to be our first? I can't believe this. So I got to do my watch to know what time it is here. Jesus K. Christ!
I'll set it during the break.
Have I mentioned today what an asshole Greg Reed is yet?
No.
Well, he's an asshole. Oh, we're going to do, everything before its time. Okay, like a fine wine when it's aged, like cheese. When it's aged, then you open it up, you slice it up, you stick some in your puss. This place, well, just throw them in there, okay? Just, get the Scotch tape and the LePage's glue and throw them in there. So we're up here on the third floor. Who's going to be our very first caller on the in the new studio, huh? Does it sound any different?
No.
Can you tell?
No.
That we're in a different room?
No.
When you gave me that look, I'm sitting here like oblivious. Seriously, I'm not like, this is a joke? 3 minutes to 10 it says on there.
Sounded like somebody else's show.
Are you saying that some people don't come on when they're supposed to? Are we on the air? Are we on the air?
Funny.
Yeah. Are you saying that? Bastard? Yeah, I'm going to critique your 20 minutes. The whole sound of it, We're going to talk about insect bites today, by the way. That's Neil's ailment of the day. Not like a major deal, but it's, I like talking about that, like cockroaches. Especially in a place that we have no exterminator. Oh! Here's our first call in the new studio. Hello?
Hello?
Pompano.
Hey, Neil.
This sounds bad. Oh, is it my ears? Is it? No, I can hear myself. Yes.
Listen, last week, sometime in the middle of the week, you were playing either a tape or a CD by Dion and the Belmonts.
Yeah.
What was the name of that thing? I've been trying to find these things, and you can't find them anywhere.
I'll find it for you.
All right.
Here, I got it. Whoa, is that quick or what?
Is it a tape or CD?
It's a CD. Dion, it's on Artista. 24 original classics, 1958 to 1978. And it's even got Dion and the Belmonts live doing The Wanderer, and also the original single, and Tell Me Why by the Belmonts, and it's good. It's great.
It is. It sounded good. Now, go through that again. What's the name of that again? I was trying to write it down.
Okay. 24
original classics.
Original. I'll do it one word at a time, and it'll kill more time.
All right.
Original classics.
Right.
1958 to 1978. It's on Arista. Did I say Artista? I'm sorry. Arista. Dion. Oh, there's Greg Reed looking real disheveled like he just put his head through a lawnmower again. Why don't you get her like a real man's haircut, huh? Seriously. Look at you. You look like a stumble bum. It's our general manager. Got a nice suit on today, and his head looks like a mess. Boy, you look bad. Okay, enjoy it, pal. Have a great day. Get out of here. Did I say Artista? Well, I'm trying to be artsy schwartzy for the people down. This just all sounds to me like really bizarre. What? Oh, it sounds good in there. Okay.
And on the air. He was saying on the air.
It sounds great on the air. Oh, God.
God!
He never sounded this good in his life on the air. We can do a 20 share now. By the way, I got your letter, Buddy Nevins, which I'll be reading in a moment. Man, you are the biggest asshole, and you're illiterate. And we're not talking about your life, sexual or otherwise on the air, but nevertheless, wait till I get to this letter. This will make hair grow on your hemorrhoids. If you got a big red one that's popped out, it'll make hair follicles start developing right on your roids when you hear this very brief but acerbic letter from that asshole Buddy Nevins, who's evidently getting some bad information. I can't imagine where he's getting it from, that idiot Buddy Nevins.
He has a wife, you know.
Yeah, that's what I hear. That's what he says. He's consulting with her. How is it possible to be like well, what am I asking a rhetorical question for? Columnist in this town and be illiterate? Of course, this comes from a newspaper that, by the way, did you see the Sun Sentinel this morning? Same newspaper that told us 10 years ago about the radio pedophile ring that turned out to be a Phantom of the Opera and a Phantom of his imagination, Buddy Nevins. College towns, new hot spots for retirement. You know, you pick up your newspaper in the morning, and whatever the story is there in the upper right-hand corner, that's supposed to be the big story of the day, right? Am I right?
Uh-huh.
Right. You read the article, and at the last 4 or 5 paragraphs in the article, well, it's really not going to happen all that much because college towns are too small, they're too isolated, and there's like 10 people that are retiring in some stupid place in Virginia. Jesus, this is a newspaper? Talk about a boring place, man. It must be really desperate in this town. If this is the front page story in the Scum Sentinel, they'd be better off to bring back the radio pedophile ring again. I got some good information for him. Not. Oh, man. Every time. So I was in Toronto over the weekend. 34 degrees, sun was shining, felt like about 54. It was beautiful. They had their big St. Paddy's Day parade yesterday. We're going to talk about the Irish today, what a bunch of drunks they are. Well, we do this every year on St. Patrick's Day. Get a lot of people very upset. That name, by the way, Nevins, do you think that's like an English or an Irish name, perhaps? No, I don't think so. I mean, even the Irish aren't that illiterate, huh? He's consulting with his wife. This letter, man, I'm telling you, you get the recorders rolling. Here's a mobile in Pembroke Pines. Let's see if it sounds any better than the other one. Hello.
Uncle Neil, how you doing?
Oh, God, does that sound like crap. Great.
I went to my
But
first
it sounds good in there?
I went to my first lethargic Panther game over the weekend.
Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry for you. I wasn't there. I was out of town, thank God.
In the new rectal center.
Yeah.
And I had an extra ticket as we were walking in late. And guy asked me if I had an extra ticket to sell. I told him, no, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I gave him the ticket. One of the security guards called me over after I gave it to him.
Yeah.
He says, sir, don't
You
do
can't
that
be giving
again.
away tickets at the arena. Are you out of your mind?
I can't believe that.
You can't be giving it away. Hey, listen, if you would have given it to the guy with a $100 bill attached to it, you'd have really been in big trouble.
Well, I couldn't believe that. He says that the National Car Rental Center does not want you giving away tickets.
Why not?
That's what he told me. He says it's their policy.
I got news for you. From what I didn't see the game, but I saw the lowlights and read about it. From what I hear, they should have been giving away tickets for that.
They should have been.
They should have been attaching a $100 bill with every ticket.
You know, they should have done that too, especially when Niedermeyer missed that empty net goal. That was
I read about that. Although he did get the only goal of the game, let's give him credit for that. Not too much else.
Well, you know, the Panthers remind me of the Miami Heat. They play to the level of their competition.
Yeah.
If their competition stinks.
No, I disagree with you. I think the Heat are pretty good. Hey, how about that Wally World with Miami of Ohio, by the way, huh?
Oh, that was great.
What is his name?
I don't know.
We'll find out. Have a great day. I'm glad you enjoyed the game. It was terrible. It's 10 past 10. Is that close? I'm going to get wait. Huh?
Close enough.
It's 7 after 10 on this goddamn stupid clock up here. I'm having like an out-of-body experience here. He's playing the open, which every morning you do that. You go through that little funky music you play experimenting a few minutes before we go on the air, and I'm sitting here, and it's a damn good thing I didn't go on the air and say, what the is that? Although at least we have a dump button in here, okay, unlike the other guys. Huh? They still don't have a dump button? The producers have to do it so that when they go out and take a leak?
Correct.
Oh, like I said, Greg Reed, get the haircut starting right about here, right below the chin. Get a good slit right there.
I have just tasted your snapper.
Hey, this is the time of year when everyone's a wee bit Irish. Say, Colleen, would you be wanting to come over to my place to help me wax my shillelagh?
Oh, now that I would, Matty Patrick, if you be wearing the green.
I know, there's a smart lassie. She's making sure her laddie's wearing the Kelly Green protection of leopard condoms. Don't be wishing on a four-leaf clover or falling for the gift of gab. Especially if you're planning on kissing some Blarney stones, what have you?
All right.
Be doubling your protection with leopard condoms.
They're strong enough for a man.
But I like them too.
So, get yourself a leopard condom, and you won't be catching anything else.
Bunch of drunks, basically. Okay, 10:16 at 5:60. And what about that potato famine? We were talking about that just a week or two ago. The potato famine and what that was really all about. Maybe somebody can call and tell us what that is all about and how come the Irish drink so much. And they're basically, isn't that all we know them for? Like the Kennedys? Bunch of womanizing drunks? That's basically the legacy of the Irish. Big parades all over. Did we have one here yesterday or only Calle Ocho? Did we have a St. Patrick's Day parade? They had a big one in Toronto downtown yesterday. Big one. And a parade, too. So I wake up in my hotel yesterday morning as the litany, the list of Neil's ailments continues. Everybody likes that. Everybody's taking notes on it. They do. They love it. What's wrong with you today, Neil? Let's get the bug doctor. And, of course, when you work in this place, it's perfect. Oh, by the way, George can't hear me on the intercom. That will be fixed tomorrow, right? Well, why is that such a big deal?
I don't know. I guess there were other more important things like getting the thing working.
Like you mean putting the clock on the right time?
Oh, come on.
10:17. Is that close?
No.
Within a few minutes. So if we give you the time from this studio, first of all, the only reason I give the time is out of habit. Nobody listening to a goddamn talk show cares about the time. And if they do care about the time, they should look at their watch. And if they don't have a watch, they can't afford to be listening to a goddamn talk show, okay? Pawn your radio if you can't afford a watch. What is it with people that don't wear a watch? Do you know people that never wear a watch? And there's some people who have their watch in their pocket. Seriously. Or they have like a little, or they have their cell phone. Now, what kind of a schmuck has a cell phone, besides a drug dealer, has a cell phone hooked to his belt, but doesn't have a watch? Huh? Stop and think about that one. So anyway, I wake up yesterday morning and I look, I'm shaving. And all of a sudden I see blood on my wrist, on my limp wrist. And I thought to myself,
Oh my God.
what the hell is this? And now I look on the same arm, on my right arm, and here's a scratch. See, over the years, I've always thought that spiders made scratches. You know, when little Miss Muffet sits down with your curds and weighs in. Oh, by the way, speaking of weighing in, let's get that scale up here. Sometime later this week. Today is not a good day, but later in the week would be good. Right. But at any rate, so I always thought that spiders, when you had like something on your arm like that, it's either A, my little dog, who's always scratching me all over the place, but obviously in this case it couldn't have been because I wasn't here. Or B, it's a spider. And then George is telling me this morning that it's more likely to be cockroaches. Roaches. I was hanging out at the Roach Motel, which I'm not going to give you the name of the hotel because I don't need a lawsuit, but nevertheless, I mean, a fairly expensive, pretty fancy schmancy hotel, not some flop joint. And I got like bites on my, I'm talking like many. On the wrist, and here's a scratch on the arm, and here's like a couple little teeth marks on the inside of the thing, which are a lot better today, but nevertheless, what kind of place doesn't have an exterminator? I thought only this place was so cheap they wouldn't have a goddamn exterminator. So that's going to be our big topic today. Let's hear about bugs. Bug bites, cockroach bites, spider bites, mites. And we're going to talk about that mite. And we're also probably going to talk about what a horrible sound. It's just, I'm sure that will iron the bugs out, if I can say that, of this mess here. But boy, it's like, it really is the whole thing, not just the way we started with the wrong time on the clock, but it's like an out-of-body experience. Huh?
But on the bright side,
yes,
you have a triple-deck cart machine, 2 of which work.
You
have a
All
TV
right,
pot.
so we've got a triple-deck cart machine and 2 of the 3 decks. Let's try it out.
You also have a TV pot. You can pot up your own TV now.
I can do what?
You can turn the TV on yourself.
Where's that?
It says DSS.
Oh, look at that.
My answer is that if an agreement is reached.
Oh, my God. Look at that foreigner. He's okay. Here we go. I don't hear anything on air. Cart 1. Okay, cart 1 works. Cart 2. Cart 2 works. Cart number 3. What are you talking about? They all work, you jackass. Yeah.
Are they on the same
All
spot?
3 cart machines work, okay? Looking a hell of a lot, looks like another piece of old crap, but nevertheless, they all work. Big improvements. Got the screen over here. Yeah, this room is okay. I mean, it's kind of like sterile.
We have to get all our
pictures up on there. That Enrique, that naked. So somebody's got to call in and tell me about. So we actually have, believe it or not, a white basketball star.
Oh!
Who actually looks pretty damn good too. And I know most of you go, what are you talking that fag stuff? Yeah, that's right. Fag stuff. It's the fag hockey show. What do you expect? So all you Sparchers out there that think you totally took control of the sport and that all the white guys are like playing, hockey now and they're playing pinochle and playing with each other, I got bad news for you. At the University of Miami of Ohio. Well, it's close enough for us. Wally or something like that. Somebody out there will know who he is and something about him. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Hey, Neil, all I know about him is his name because he's sure.
How do you pronounce that last name? Is he a Polak?
Yeah, so am I.
What is it, Chizinski or something?
Zerbiak. I think it's like C. It's 4. It starts with 4 consonants.
Yeah, that's why they call him Wally World because they can't pronounce his last name.
Yeah, Zerbiak. That's not so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just wanted to fill you in on
now,
that.
what is his story? He had like 48 points or something?
Yeah, well, he had like 72 points in 2 games.
Yeah.
And I don't know who they're up against next, though.
Who ever heard of a white basketball star, even at the college level? I mean, what's it been, about 30 years since we had like a
Larry Bird?
Yeah, well, Larry Bird was like a retard. I mean, come on, Larry Bird with those silly Celtic socks that he was wearing looked like a fruitcake. Didn't he?
Yeah. This
now, was it just Larry Bird? Was it always the Celtics had those funny socks, it made them all look real fruity,
Oh, yeah.
Like Havlicek, he also looked real fruity with those Celtic socks.
Mm-hmm.
Which, of course, ties right in with St. Patrick's Day, doesn't it?
That's true. Well, hopefully he'll stay away from the Celtics then, although he's got the Irish there, the Irish team and everything.
Yeah.
But, I just wanted to give you that
Well, I say, let's go Miami of Ohio. That's what I say.
Yeah, at least somebody from Miami can do it.
There you go.
All right.
And have a great day. And thanks for the info. He said his name is Wally World, is what he said. 5670560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. We're talking insect bites today, baby. What are you laughing about? I didn't know that. I know that cockroaches are grotesque and ugly, but I know that they might a scratch like that? You're telling me that's not a spider bite, mister?
Why would a spider scratch you?
Maybe he didn't like me. Maybe he's an anti-Semite. What do you mean, why would he scratch you? Because he was there. Because your arm is in the bed and maybe it got in his way of like whatever he's doing, laying his eggs, spinning his web, what a wicked web we weave, etc. and so on. How do I know why he would bite me?
Maybe a roach laid eggs on your flesh.
Meaning what?
Meaning they'll erupt and eat your flesh. I don't know.
Like I said, keep playing the music. When you do that 20 minutes, on the show, keep playing those little musical bits. Nothing about anything. Seriously, cockroach bites. I bet you we've got a lot of people out there all over town. I don't want to mention what parts of town that are suffering, and probably their little kids too. Little kids go to school. Hey, Johnny, you look like you've been eaten up alive. Well, I live in a roach motel. We live in a really bad, crappy place. Or maybe I wouldn't be surprised if there's roaches running around all over Greg Reed's house. And he lives in a very fancy neighborhood in a very expensive house. But he doesn't believe in exterminators. Huh? Or he's just too much of a cheap prick to get one. That's the problem. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Yeah, I want to talk to Neil.
Now, wait 1 second. I see all kind of, what is going on with the phone? What was that all about? There are lines flashing in here. Even line 7 is ringing, and they're not ringing on this thing. What is that?
They're not ringing in here. Line 7 was earlier. I think maybe we have more lines or something.
Hang on 1 second, okay? QAM.
Hi, can I talk to Neil?
Sure, hold on. Okay, so it's a good thing I'm looking at this thing, okay? It's a good thing I'm looking at this because here's another minor technical problem. My computer screen, and by the way, this is done very nicely here with our DCS computer up there, which goes like that, and very nicely mounted. But the only problem being that we can't see the phones aren't flashing. So now, what can line 7 be? Hello? QAM.
Yeah, get it to Neil, please.
Sure, hang on. George, are you seeing this? This guy is coming on line 7.
We've alerted the engineers.
Alert. WQAM.
We have 2 more lines.
QAM.
Yeah. Speak to Neil.
Hold on, sir. Thank you.
I see 1 line on here.
And there's one on the monitor thing, on the screen. I've got 4 people on hold. Okay, like I said, let's do Fort Lauderdale. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil?
Welcome to us playing radio on a Monday morning. Yes, sir.
Hey.
It's the Greg Weed effing way.
You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, okay. It's not a cockroach bite.
What is it?
I don't know. But it's not a cockroach bite.
Well, what does a cockroach bite look like?
Oh, a cockroach isn't going to bite you. Cockroaches they'll eat
Oh,
dead.
George just fell off the chair when a cockroach is what, a friendly creature?
Well, it's just not going to bite you. He might eat some of your dead skin or eat some dead fingernails or eyelashes, but he's not going to bite you.
Well, that's kind of a service, eating your dead eyelashes, I would think. That's not bad.
They'll eat skin, they'll eat hair, but they're not going to leave you marks on
So
your
what
skin.
was it? Now, what about spiders?
Well, it could be a brown recluse. It depends on where you were.
A brown recluse?
Yeah, spider.
There was no brown recluse in my room.
You
There
don't
was
know.
a white recluse. That was me.
No, brown recluse. If it turns into a volcano pussy-looking thing in a week, then
No, it's going away. It's not. You're out of your mind. A volcanic pussy thing?
Yes.
No, these are going away. There's like a series of little bites,
Well, it's
and
not
then
a
there's
cockroach.
one that's got a scratch, huh?
It's not a cockroach, because that would be American, Australian, or German cockroach, and they're not going to bite you.
Oh, I don't want to get bit by no German roach.
Well, no.
Jesus Christ.
So they're not going to leave marks on you.
Although there is like a little tattoo with the number on it next to the bite.
Well, they might...
Okay, thanks for the good news, sir. The phones sound crappy, and the lines are ringing, and this thing is all screwed up. And by the way, that's still on there, which I just hung up on. This guy in Fort Lauderdale, it still says 1 Fort Lauderdale on the screen here. So the phones are screwed up. The speakers are screwed up. Welcome to 560 WQAM, the Greg Reed effing way, baby. Because, as usual, we're not ready to do this right. I don't really care. I mean, I'm having a good time myself. I'll be having a good time. We'll get to Buddy Nevins' great letter. Be sure and call out Buddy, by the way, because he don't listen to the show. He pretends. And we don't want him have it brought to his attention by some agent provocateur who lies a lot, which I'm sure I know who that might be.
Hey, hang this up, baby.
Lawrence Miller is a piece of Holy Simpson is a piece of Charlie Manson is a piece of yes, who else is a piece of Trent Martin, a piece of a piece of Trent Martin, a piece of but fucking Nazi asshole, that's what Trent Martin Daring was a piece of Joseph Goebbels was a piece of George Yamara was a piece of yes, who else is a piece of a piece of a piece of a piece of a redneck commie asshole. That's what Tom Warren played up in dirt. Was a piece of Joe McCarthy. Was a piece of Jeffrey Dahmer. Was a piece of guess who else is a piece of Henry Hardy, a piece of Henry Hardy, a piece of Henry Hardy, a piece of a sanctimonious phony asshole, they're a big piece of
So you're saying the studio is not a piece of shit? What you're just saying, George is telling me it sounds great. Of course, I could talk back to you during the break, but the intercom ain't working yet today. I realize, all things in due time, in time, like Linda Blair said, in time. Do that again. In time. Huh? But, we'll get there slowly but surely. Now, what is this? We got 2 extra lines? We need extra lines on this show? I think 1 line would be good enough for this show, the way it's been the last couple of weeks. What? Now, what are the 2 extra lines?
7 and 8.
What are they?
They're there. Oh, there's one guy on 7.
Well, look at that. We got a call on line 7, a mobile in Miami. Hello?
Hello?
You're our first caller ever on line 7, sir.
Oh, thanks.
Doesn't that make you feel like almost worth living? Huh?
Sure.
Sure, makes you feel validated as a human being.
Hey, Neil, I wanted to talk about bugs.
Yes.
What's biting you is called a spider mite.
A spider mite?
Yeah, it's between a
cockroach
spider...
would, but a spider mite.
Yeah, it's between a spider and a flea.
And what is that?
Okay, what it does is the spider likes to scratch, and then it likes to, drain your blood like a vampire.
Yeah.
So
it likes to suck.
Yeah. A roach stings like a mosquito, but it depends what kind of roach. Every roach has a different biology.
It has a different mileage?
Biology, though.
Biology.
Yeah.
Not that you have to suck.
Yeah.
Some like to drain.
This other guy was full of crap. The one that said roaches don't bite?
No, they sting. I mean, bite. At least they have teeth that will bite, but I think they sting.
Now, one of these little bites, I mean, this is pretty interesting. One has got like two very specific, you can see it, like two little tiny tooth marks.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know about tooth mark, but maybe sting mites.
Well, I mean, they look like little, you know what I'm saying, little pricks, if I can say that. Huh?
I don't know about
they do.
that.
They look like two tiny little tooth marks.
Well, they're pretty much related to fleas, so maybe you want to check your dogs.
No, maybe the hotel's got fleas.
Maybe it could. No, but usually hotels have spider mites. I'm an exterminator, and we go to hotels, and believe me, that's what we find.
Spider mites. Excellent, sir. God bless you.
Okay.
Now, what do you do for those? You have to spray? You spritz?
You have to spray and make sure you things are watched correctly, because sometimes they just change the sheets to an old sheet, or maybe they don't even change the sheets.
That's what I said. I looked at my wrist. I said, "Oh, sheet." Have a great day, pal.
Okay,
Thank you. Thanks for the info. There's a guy that knows his bugs, okay? It's about time we got somebody who knew something on this show. Spider mites, huh?
I said mites, remember?
Oh, you said everything. He says ants, mites,
and roaches
bugs,
do bite.
Roaches. If you were paying attention instead of sucking around with Joe Costello back there, this guy just said they do bite.
That's what I heard.
I have one of these little things here. It's got like two. You've had these. Everybody's had these.
Sure.
They look like two little tooth marks. Two little pin pricks.
I caught a palmetto bug biting the hell out of me once.
Palmetto bug. You've been in Florida too long, mister. They're a cockroach.
Like those are the small.
How do you tell the difference between a palmetto bug and a German cockroach? Huh? I know the German one's got a swastika on one. I know. No, seriously, how do you tell the difference? See, one good thing about the Irish, I can't say too many good things about them, because quite frankly, they're not known for anything except being drunk. But there's no Irish cockroach, I bet. Huh? Who the hell would want to bite them anyway? They're so damn pasty looking, you know, the Irish. They really are. They need to get out there in the sun. You'd think the Scottish would have a little bit of color to them. You know, they invented golf. They go out there and, of course, the problem is there is no sun up there. It's real close to Amsterdam. You ever been over there? And there is no sun. Maybe like about 2-3 days a year, there's like a little ball up in the sky. Oh, look, that might be the sun. That's it. That's the last you're going to see. So the Irish, the British, and the Scottish, we've decided they have contributed absolutely nothing to the human race. Nothing. What are you laughing about? And don't give me that Shakespeare crap. Been reading any Shakespeare lately?
No.
I don't either. Couldn't give a crap less about Shakespeare. Here's a lady in Palm Beach. I bet you she knows her bugs. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How
Yes,
are you?
ma'am. Great.
I'm actually not calling about bugs.
Good. Thank God.
That Zerbiak guy's hot.
Isn't he something?
Oh, my God. Do you
What
have
is his
good
name?
taste for
Zerbiak?
what? Zerbiak.
Jesus Christ, that's enough to make me start watching a lot now.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's the only reason why I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
He was good. He was good
He
to
is.
look at.
I mean, how often stop and think about this. How often does it happen? We were talking last week about rock stars. Most great singers are ugly.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, I mean, nature isn't going to give you everything. You know, have great looks, a great voice, you know, great talent. So, you know, one of the above isn't bad.
Yeah.
Like me, I got everything except the looks, you know.
Well, you got good taste.
Right.
You got good taste. Also,
I'll share him with you. How's that?
well, all right. If you can make him down here, make him to come down.
Well, he's from Miami. Just
Ohio.
in the wrong state. We got to give him a new map.
I know.
Uh-huh.
There was actually a parade, an Irish parade in Delray.
Yeah.
Led by a drunken pig, which I guess is...
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you.
Uh-huh.
That was Saturday.
Yeah.
You were asking about parades.
Yeah, so when I was yesterday, no, it was yesterday afternoon. They had the big one in Toronto, right on Yonge Street downtown,
Oh, cool.
and it just went on and on and on, and it was bizarre.
That's great.
Because I don't think there are any Irish people in. Oh yeah, there. That's right.
Yeah, but they're just as white in Canada, right?
They're very pasty, except for the Middle Eastern people and the Asian people. A lot of Asians in Toronto. A lot of Chinese.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
A lot of wonderful Chinese people in TO.
They kind of stop and then they don't leave.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It seems that they end up there and they don't ever leave it. There's a big population.
We don't want them to leave there. They're great people. They're wonderful.
Oh, no. I don't mean anything derogatory.
No, and they're just the best.
They are. They're really, really.
They put a whole new slant on life.
Yeah, that's true. Also, that article you were talking about, college retirees, that was in the Palm Beach Post 2 days ago.
Yeah, here's a story that's 2 days old that doesn't say anything, and it's the lead story in the upper right hand of this morning's Sun Sentinel. And I'm waiting to find out, what does this mean? Are people moving back to Ann Arbor, to East Lansing? Nothing. It doesn't say a goddamn thing. There's 300 old farts, most of them from Florida, moving to someplace in Virginia.
Pathetic.
That's our newspapers.
Lastly, Greg Reed, arregla el teléfono, coño.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I second that emotion. Oh, here's the goddamn Rangers winning in overtime on. Look at Christ. What's the matter with you, Tommy Sallow? Jesus Christ, you couldn't stop a watermelon, mister. We got a major, first.
This station stands for nothing.
Bug problem. Yeah, see, now you think that it's just me being selfish, talking about all my ailments and all my little horrible life experiences. Joe Costello just came in here, and I'm showing him my things and my bites, too. And he rolls his sleeve up, and he shows me his arm. He says, oh, well, this just popped up in a shower this morning. Looks like a bat bite, doesn't it? Looks like a vampire thing on his arm. That doesn't look like an insect thing. I would say intensive care. It looks really, he's got like this big red thing, and then he's got one on his arm, too. No, seriously, you're not, does it hurt? Yeah, it stings a little bit. See, these are things that we all experience, and we know nothing about them, and you wake up and you look at it, and you just hope you don't die. Because just like that song says, God made all this crap. He made all of these things. And, of course, nobody ever questions those things because you're supposed to be a bunch of dummies, so you'll never ask, how come he made
all of these things?
Right. Like mites. Like spider mites. What does a spider mite do? What constructive, positive, goddamn thing does a spider mite do, huh? Besides bite our ass and infect linens and bedding and all kinds of crap like that. Absolutely nothing. But God invented it. Seriously, the God people, we need to get butterfly nets and take the God people and just take them all away somewhere. Like on Bedloe's Island would be good. Wouldn't that be good? Is there such a thing as Bedloe's Island anymore? Or is that like Liberty Island? Isn't that what they changed the name to? Isn't that where the Statue of Liberty is Bedloe's Island?
I thought it was Liberty Island.
But it used to be because you're not old enough to know. See, you think you know something. The problem is you don't know anything because you're not old enough. Like all that crap you talk about history. Were you here to see it? No. You read it somewhere. Means nothing. Yeah, Joe, can you see his arm?
Yeah, vampire.
Looks much worse than this.
Sure.
Jesus Christ, I feel better now. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Great.
Listen, Wally Zerbiak.
Yes, Wally Zerbiak.
You know where he's from?
No.
His parents? Spain.
From España with a name like that?
That is correct. His dad was one of the
Spain
greatest...
by way of Warsaw?
Correct. His dad was one of the greatest Spanish basketball players ever.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He doesn't look Hispanic.
No, not Hispanic, for Spain.
He looks,
European.
Huh?
European.
No, he don't look European. He looks like real Anglo, like real Midwestern white bread.
Real gringo?
Yeah, exactly, real gringo. Doesn't he?
Yeah, a little bit.
Good-looking kid.
Yeah, do me a favor when you can't play my chocolate-covered balls, please.
Okay.
Take care.
What do you mean, my chocolate-covered balls? Sounds like something from a cuckoo's nest. Wally Zerbiak, he's Polish by way of Spain and has chocolate-covered balls. There you go. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Our topic today is spider mites. So anyway, Buddy Nevins, who's a real major asshole. We're in our brand new studios this morning. Everything is like upside down. The intercom doesn't work. I can't talk to George between. And by the way, the callers, let's find out if they can hear George on hold. We'll find it as we go along. Now, why would you want them to get rid of that? That's one of the few incentives we had for them to call, so they could hear your potty mouth during the commercial breaks. Hear what a really bigoted little prick you really are during the commercial breaks. So anyway, I open up a couple of letters this morning, and here's one. And the first thing I get out of it, it's got 2 pages out of New Times. You know, the best of thing that we were talking about on Thursday or Friday last week? And sure enough, best radio personality, Neil Rogers, WQAM AM. Which you already know that. I thought, well, somebody's being nice. They're sending me this. And then on the next page, best daily newspaper columnist, Buddy Nevins, Sun Sentinel.
Oh, my God.
And it goes on. I'm not even going to waste my time reading this because it's such a joke. That was the New Times choice, by the way. Reader's choice was Ray Recchi. How do you like that? So when the readers pick Ray Recchi over you, and I mean Ray Recchi, oh, you ever read his column? Always writing about his kids and this kind of hearts and flowers. I mean, real parochial, the kind of stuff you'd read in Batavia, New York, you know? So anyway, then I see there's a letter in it with a Sun Sentinel letterhead, and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's another letter from my close, best personal friend, Buddy Nevins, who of course pretends he's like Tom Jicha. He pretends he doesn't listen to this show, Buddy Nevins.
He has a wife, you know.
That's what I hear. Dear Mr. Rogers, March 11, 1999. Dear Mr. Rogers, it has come to my attention you are allowing callers to rant on air about my personal life.
No.
No. Have we ever had anybody? Well, what do we don't even know about his personal life. In addition to which, when somebody is that, all I said was he's disheveled and a putz and a piece of crap and an asshole, which he is, all of those. He looks like he crawled out of a sewer. In fact, talking about spider mites, he looks like a spider mite. Now stop and think about that. Huh? In other words, if you were another spider, he looks like a spider might look like. Huh? Real shit with that beard and that way. And he's about 2 feet tall. He's like a little munchkin. So we're not doing that. But he goes on. Here comes the good part. Since One Note Charlie, you know, buddy, they got a name for people like you. It's like Mark Benson that called us last week, you know, who's, Henry Barrow's self-appointed agent or whatever he is. Everybody over there at Waxy says, he's an asshole. But nevertheless, One Note Charlie, bilingualism, the same thing. You come back 100 years from now, he'll still be screaming and ranting and raving about bilingualism, if he could, but he'll be dead. Be assured my sexual life involves 2 consulting adults. Now remember the last letter he wrote to me was illiterate? See, if you're going to write a column, if you're supposed to be a political maven, the last thing you want to be is kind of like borderline illiterate and not understand how to use the language, buddy. Be assured my sexual life involves 2 consulting adults, not consenting, consulting adults enjoying one another's company. Well, what does that mean? First of all, we don't want to know about your sex life. Then it goes on to say it has never consisted of abusing myself while sitting in a lonely adult movie theater, unlike some radio hosts I know. Have a wonderful day. Sincerely, Buddy Nevins, political writer, columnist, Sun Sentinel. Well, first of all, not being into S&M, let me just tell you this, okay, buddy? I have never abused myself in my life. Although I take that back. I have read your column on occasion. Nor have I ever done anything even slightly titillating in a lonely adult movie theater, okay? But again, it always comes back to this, like that radio pedophile ring, like it was only a bunch of fags in Broward who wanted that domestic partnership ordinance. It all keeps coming back to that over and over, doesn't it, buddy? Huh? So now we understand why there was that big hysteria and all that make-believe pedophile ring and all these things, because that's where you're really coming from. A little spider mite bigoted piece of homophobic hysterical crap. We don't care about your personal life or about your consulting adults. Enjoying and how anybody could enjoy your company beats the hell out of me. But have a nice, and as far as have a wonderful day, I'm having a wonderful day, buddy.
Oh!
I'm making more today than you'll make all this month, buddy. How do you like that? Must tear your kishkis out. Know that an old queen like me is making more. Oh, by the way, speaking of old queens, guess what book I picked up at the airport over the weekend on the way up?
Vulgar Favors?
Yes. Now, can't you see?
It's a mural.
It's a mural. It's a montage of little tiny pictures.
Looks like you on there.
Yeah, it's Vulgar Flavors. It's about me. It's Andrew Cunanan, asshole. This is Maureen Orth. It's a brand new book just out. She's the wife of, now do we say she's the wife of Tim Russert, who's on Meet the Press, or do we say he's her husband? Depending on, I don't like him at all. He's like real red-faced. He's a real red-pushed, I don't like him at all. In fact, that's one of the qualifications for being a host of Meet the Press. It's been on for 100 years, that show, and every host has been bizarre. Lawrence Spivak. Anybody out there old enough to remember Lawrence Spivak?
No.
The first host of that show? Bill Monroe, who couldn't, here was the guy who was a host, he was like the Buddy Nevins of television. He couldn't speak. He was from New England. He had this real heavy Boston accent, and he would say, our topic today is abashin'. He couldn't say the word. Abashin'. It was kind of like that Bob Cousy speech impediment that he's got. Wow, you gotta say that. Kind of like a Rick Seiderman thing. Who were the other hosts of Meet the Press? Let's see, Bill Monroe, Lawrence Spivak, There's got to be one in between Bill Monroe and this Tim Russell with a real red face. I always worry about guys with a real red puss. And if their face is real red, it makes me nervous, too. Like, I noticed Joe Costello had a red face. Did you notice that? Too much sun over the weekend, probably out there playing golf, which is why God made him wake up this morning with that big red scratch, a big, disfigurement. Looks, I would say, amputation at the armpit. He could be like a male Venus de Milo. Huh? Kind of like the Bud Lynch of Miami. So anyway, I get this book, Vulva Favors. Ever have any vulva favors?
Yes.
By Maureen Orth, and I'm reading it. I'm about 2/3 of the way through it now. It is pretty interesting. The only part of the problem being, since I'm not really into drugs at all, you might be more interested in this. And crystal meth, which was what had Cunanan totally screwed up. I mean, he was an asshole to begin with. A totally self-absorbed, pretentious. He was kind of like how would I put it? He was kind of like the Greg Reed of the gay underworld. Is that might be a good, huh? No, seriously. In other words, he told so many stories that he started to believe his own bull crap. Yeah. And like he used to talk to friends about how Johnny Versace went out to. This is a long time ago in San Diego. But crystal meth. I'm not into any of that. Now the straight people call it crank, and fags call it what? What do they call it? Well,
you're asking me?
Yeah, but you should know this stuff. You're an expert. You're Cuban. Cubans should know all about the fag stuff.
It's the only crystal meth I know about.
So anyway, he was all screwed up on that, and that's why he went over the edge, and he was fat and out of shape, and he was a piece of crap is what he was. But anyway, let me just say this. From reading this book so far, the only one of the 5 people he murdered that he hadn't met or didn't know before was the caretaker in the cemetery up in Jersey whose pickup truck he needed to escape. When he found out they were tracking the cell phone in the car he stole from Lee Miglin in Chicago. And guess what? When he went to Minneapolis for that last fateful trip where he killed his 2 close personal friends, Jeff Trail and David, whatever that fag's name was, he was telling them that he had been in Chicago and was being kept at that time, since he was used to being kept all his life, by a big real estate mogul, which Lee Miglin just happened to be. In addition to which, early in the book, it talks about the Home Shopping Network and about how many of the top executives of Home Shopping Network were used to using the services of all these male escorts. Now, wasn't the Home Shopping Network once owned by our good close personal friend, Buddy Bud Paxson? This was in the early 90s? Huh? Very interesting stuff that kind of like all ties together in there. Anyway, it's not a bad book. Killed some good time on a plane. And, if I have to get on one more plane, this is the second time in about 2 or 3 weeks that this has happened to me. Everything's ready to rock and roll. People are on the plane. All of a sudden, the captain comes on. Well, we got a little bit of a problem. We got 2 people not on a plane yet, and now they have to take their luggage off, which will take about 15 to 20 minutes. First, they made a mistake on putting on the computerized boarding cards. They put, instead of 7:05, that the flight was leaving at 7:30. It wasn't late. It was just a mistake. So once they put that on there, they can't leave till 7:30 because they're assuming people are so stupid they won't show up till the See, if they put on there we're leaving at 7:30:05, it's just human nature. There are some of you assholes that will show up at 7:30:04, 4 seconds after. I don't know why that is. I'm a compulsively early person. There are some people out there who are compulsively late. I mean, doesn't it make sense if you're going to be leaving at 7:30, they're going to be boarding 20, 30 minutes before you get there? That makes sense. So anyway, the law is, and it never dawned on me until last night, the law is that if somebody doesn't show, they have to take the luggage off. Why do they have to take the luggage off? Well, guess what? What better way to do something, I don't want to say blow up the plane, I don't want to say that, then, check in some luggage and then just kind of wander out of the airport. Luggage winds up on the plane and then bada bing, I think what they should do is say, actually what we're going to do is we're going to postpone the flight for 3 hours. We're going to scour the airport, find these 2 people, and let all you people that are sitting on a plane right now who are being inconvenienced by them beat the crap out of these people.
Oh! Don't take any bullshit from him.
Every year we get Canadian tourists coming all at one time. And it wouldn't be quite so bad if they would learn to drive. Out on the beach you'll see Canadians weigh 300 pounds. Run around with the speedo on and their puppets hanging down. They old, they cheap, and they ugly. Yeah, they old, they're cheap, and they ugly.
Oh, it sounds good. You got good speakers in there. It sounds muted and
I have the speakers
well, maybe we ought to get two Campbell soup cans up there, huh? Maybe that would sound better than that. Okay, look at that phone. We got it 1 hour. We made it today in our new studio. Oh, the phone is dead. We got the Hank Goldberg show from Shula's at 2. We got Boog Shambi at 6, who is just growing into his job, and then we got Ed Kaplan at 10. 567-0560. We added 2 more phone lines because we knew that in the new studio today there would be this, what are you laughing about, this tremendous rush of call. And there's not a call on the board. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Knock me over with a goddamn feather duster. Look at that. Maybe it's not working anymore. See, that's the one thing in here. There's really no way to tell. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
George?
Speaking.
I just a point of information. On National Public Radio,
Yeah.
at 11 o'clock,
Yeah.
this hour, the author of the book that Neil was talking about.
Maureen Orth?
Yes, she's
Right.
on National Public Radio discussing her book.
She was just on Larry King.
Well, she's on right now,
Right.
if you're interested.
Yeah, well, what are we going to do? Just turn the show off and turn that on?
No.
Well, that's an idea. I mean, the way this phone is going, I might as well just do that. In fact, we could put that on the air.
Yeah, maybe put it on for a while.
Might be pretty interesting.
Okay, George.
Have you read the book?
No.
Why not?
Well,
You don't care about that, do you?
no.
Well, it was pretty interesting. It happened right here. You know, a lot of it happened right here.
Hey, George.
Yeah.
I'm not reading because I can't see. I'm blind.
Oh, well, maybe somebody can read it to you.
Well, it'd be nice.
There you go. I'll send Neil over. He's got a lot of time on his hands. He'll read it to you. Have a great day, pal.
Okay.
Thanks. Okay. Well, that was depressing. I mean, what do you say? What's the comeback for that? Makes me feel like about that tall, like Buddy Nevins, like a little midget. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. It all happened, and of course, how many times have we all driven right by? I don't think it's there anymore, is it? That houseboat, the blue houseboat? Huh?
It sank and was dismantled, remember?
And what about that little spick, by the way, the caretaker?
He's still selling the pillows.
Yeah, he's selling. He pulled out the feathers from the pillow. He's selling them one at a time. Yeah, he's tickling his bank account with it. Huh? His story changed so many goddamn times, but unfortunately the police, the FBI, they were just a little bit slow on the uptake on that. First of all, he saw him. The first thing is he saw him and he recognized him. Remember that? That was in the afternoon on that day. Then later on the story changed. He heard a gunshot upstairs and he ran out and called police. Well, if he heard the gunshot upstairs, which is where Conan's body was found in a bed up there, and he ran out, how the hell did he see him? Did he really see him? No. And, of course, then there are always those people wondering about how maybe this guy was like, maybe he heard about that reward money. He'd been helping him out, bringing him some food, bringing him some, chips and dips and stuff like that, some guacamole. And then decided, hey, there's a good, because, boy, did he milk that, did he squeeze that for every dime he could get out of it. And they sent him up to New York, and he was on all the goddamn talking head shows. And he still can't speak English. Call up Mark Benson, tell him about it. Here's Tamarack. Hello.
Is this the Rodriguez show?
See.
No, it's not. It's that Neil guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to him.
Oh, okay, thanks. 567. Okay, Julio. By the way, how was Calle Ocho? Anybody in this audience go to Calle Ocho?
No.
Did George go?
No.
Did I go?
No.
I was out of town. I had a good excuse. In fact, that's why I went out of town. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. We're talking about spider mites today, for Christ's sake. This is an important topic. You people out there, you might wake up tomorrow morning and find out your whole body disfigured from spider mite beds. What are we going to do about it? What the hell are they? What are these two little pricks that I got on my wrist? What's that big red gash on Joe Costello's arm? Jesus, that looked really nasty. Didn't it? He said he's in the shower this morning. He noticed it. And there's a big thing on his arm. Here's a mobile in Hallandale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Okay.
Good morning. Hey, I just wanted to talk about, that thing with the satellite dish, how they took off my CBS and
Yeah,
Fox
but didn't you see
affiliate.
the other day they said now till December 31st you got a reprieve?
Well, they said, I don't know if you got a letter in the mail where they had already typed up letters to send to the TV stations and my congressmen and all that?
No, I didn't get that.
Yeah, I got that in the mail.
The only letter that I got was the original one saying from Superstar Connection saying we're very sorry, but as of such and such a date, say goodbye to CBS and Fox. And guess what? As of such and such a date, they went say goodbye. But now now the Congress, and I don't understand this deal. They're making them put it back till December 31st. And why? I don't know. What does that mean? Then after that, we're going to lose it again anyway.
You know, I got this letter, and if I get a chance, I'll fax you the letters to you, so you can read the letters. They typed them up for me and addressed them to the station manager at Fox here locally, Channel 7, and for CBS. But my thinking is I have a feeling of why they did that, and that's because they don't bitch about ABC or NBC because they don't carry NFL anymore. So I think that's what it is.
Is that what it's all about?
I think that's what it is, that the NFL's behind it, because like in the afternoon when I had my CBS, if it was a game I didn't want, I'd just go over to...
Do you subscribe to the NFL package?
No.
Oh, I do. Well, I do. Then I had to call them up and say, hey, I'm buying a package, so I'm paying for all those games, so give me my goddamn CBS and Fox back, you idiots.
Right. Well, see, the thing is like they say, you can... I'm a season ticket over the Dolphins, so I'm already at the game.
Yeah.
And second of all, when they're away, I get it on my local, but it's real fuzzy, because I have a big screen TV. It's a pain in the ass. And second of all...
Where do you live?
I live in Pembroke Pines.
And you get a fuzzy reception?
Yeah, on all my stations, on my big screen TV.
Yeah.
If I have a little...
Now, you're talking, so you have a small dish, right?
Yeah, I have a small dish.
Mm-hmm.
See, and if I plug in like a small 13-inch, with the rabbit ears, I can get it in somewhat better. But I want to sit in my living room and watch it on the big screen. So, they say you can watch up to 13 games a week. Well, really, you can only watch one at a time, unless you're flipping back and forth.
No. If you learn to channel surf like I can, you can watch 6 different games at one time. If you learn how to push that thing real quick in a button too.
Neil, you're a professional. I'm not a professional surfer.
Yeah, I am.
So I think
the thing with me with sports is there's too much lag time in between. So even a hockey game, we go to one of those long, ponderous 2-minute timeouts. I'm watching another game for 2 minutes, and then I've trained myself so that I very rarely miss anything. I'm back just in time for the next face-off. I don't miss a goddamn thing.
Well, you're good. When are you going to have a class on that?
Friday at 2.
Neil, have a good one.
Good luck to you, pal.
Bye.
Okay, boy, this is a real kick in the teeth as usual. Look at that, one call on the board. We got 45 lines now? Even Andrew Cunanan never did that many. We're talking about crystal meth. We're talking about goddamn spider mites. We're talking about a million things here today. All these things. And these people we're talking about Wally, that Polak from Spain, that from University of Miami.
Of Ohio?
Right. That didn't get beat by Purdue, by the way. Nice going on a good year, by the way, Leonard. Oh, look at that. Look who just popped his head in the door.
Roy!
Wow. And we're going to have to see him all the time, too? I don't mind seeing Roy, but oh, God. I looked up there before. That boy was waddling in the doorway. He was taking up the doorway.
I am juiced up right now.
Are you young? Are you beautiful? Are you a girl? If you answered yes to these 3 questions, then you could be set up for life. In fact, you might as well drop out of school right now because there's some great jobs out there that are just waiting for you to fill them. So if you think you'd like to make great money, hang out with cool people, and you like sex, or at least don't mind it all that much, the porno industry needs you. That's right. The porno industry is looking for young, beautiful girls who are failing out of school and falling out of their bras.
It's a great gig. All I have to do is lay there and let whoever do whatever. I don't even have to speak. They just overdub me moaning later.
The porno industry wants you. And for all early applicants, a career supply of ice packs and facial soap will be supplied free of charge. Call today, sluts.
11:16 at 560 WQ. And by the way, Enrique Fernandez, not Enrique Iglesias, but Enrique Fernandez steals a whole, he writes a whole column today again. You people at the Sun Sentinel especially, once in a while out there, but usually the Sun Sentinel, that steal my material. Even Michael Russo in the Sun Sentinel writes a thing today about the Panther game Saturday, which I've had no calls about that, by the way. I missed it. I'm sure I must have missed something there, other than the guy was trying to give away his ticket outside the arena. Michael Russo writes, he starts out by saying, the Panthers must have been listening to Aerosmith and Living on the Edge in that Tampa game. Yeah, right. I wonder where he got that from. Enrique Hernandez, opposing opinions not allowed, and then he has after allowed with 2 L's, O-W-E-D, A-L-O-U-D. And he goes on to say the same thing I've been saying for how many years, that in this community, unfortunately, because of the strident, right-wing, old Cuban assholes who don't understand freedom of speech unless it's basically that's what it's all about. As long as it's something they like, you can say it. Other than that, off with your head. Nice going there, Enrique, but I've been saying the same damn thing for 100 years and nobody cares except Mark Benson. But it's like this Cunanan thing. I remember I was off the air for 7 months. All of the amazing things that happened in those 7 months that I was off the air. Like the Diana thing. Not that that was so amazing that somebody gets killed in a car crash. It happens every day. But the way that the media manipulated all of the world. Like this was such a big thing. Everybody and their brother-in-law was hanging on every last thing about that. And then the Cunanan business and Gianni Versace. Huh? Don't you remember Frankie and Gianni? Right here in town, right over there. I mean, don't you people ever leave the house? Haven't you ever driven on Collins Avenue past where those houseboats are, right there on the goddamn water, right on the Intracoastal? Have you ever done it?
No.
Ever seen that blue houseboat before it sank?
No.
1,000,000 times you've seen that damn thing. Come back on the air after a 7-month hiatus, I go through the whole rundown of all these things that happened, all the things that I have to say about it. There was never any response about any of that. So what the hell am I talking about this book for? What's the point? Unless you want to go out and read it for yourself. It's like this story I clip out of the paper this morning. I brought this up. Again, people are calling George off the air because they don't want their voices on the air, which I can understand that. And the rest of the public, they got nothing to say about this either. This is the town where nobody basically has got anything to say about anything. Sex club members ordered into court. Many of the 24 patrons of a Fort Lauderdale swingers club who were arrested in a raid last month have been ordered to appear in court to answer lewdness charges. Alan Mostow, co-owner of the Trapeze 2 Club, said most of the patrons do not intend to accept an offer from the state attorney of pre-trial intervention, which would obligate them to 3 months probation and community service in return for a guilty plea. For a guilty plea. How do you like that? Not a nolo contendere, but a guilty plea. Now wait till you hear this. Speaking of newspaper columnists. Well, anyway, Mostow says, as far as I'm concerned, I don't want them to do a minute of community service. The bottom line is we didn't do anything wrong. We were a private club. The state of Florida and Broward County issued us licenses. They knew we were a private club. But Ron Ishoy, a spokesman for the state attorney, yeah. How do you like that?
How does that work?
Well, look at all these different people over the years, like Corey Zawato. She used to be a news broad, a little news, young, whatever she was on WGS News years ago. All of a sudden, she's like a spokesman for somebody there at Metro-Dade. Then we had our good friend, Juan Mendieta. 1 Ton Tomato there, remember? How could we forget? Good guy, used to be in our news department, then he was over at Channel 7 for about a week and a half until Brian Andrews kept chasing him around the hallway. He got out of there, and now all of a sudden he's the spokesman for Dade Metro. He was standing there next to Mayor Penis today. They were standing all having a big circle jerk in a circle. There's, in fact, he introduced him. Here's Juan Mendieta. Remember? We remember Juan. And now Ron Ishoy, who used to be, and by the way, speaking of columnists who hate me like poison, he makes Buddy Nevins look like a piker by comparison. Ron Ishoy is the one who used to go around like to local college broadcasting wannabes. Oh, that Neil Rogers, he doesn't belong on the air, and if it's the last damn thing I do, I'm going to get him off the air, because he's disgusting. That was what was that, 20 years ago, Ron?
Uh-huh.
Still on the air. Is he still writing for the Herald?
No.
No. He's a spokesman for the state attorney, and said his office believes it can win convictions. Lewdness is a Class 2 misdemeanor that carries a penalty of 60 days in jail and a $500 fine. And it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on, and et cetera, and so on. A patron who asked to be identified as Jack said an additional misdemeanor charge of remaining in a place for lewd purposes was added to the charges against him and his wife. He said he understood from friends that the additional charge was also filed against other defendants. Jack and his wife were among 9 married couples charged with lewd behavior for having sex with their spouses at the club. Now I want you to keep your ears focused on the words, okay? They were among 9 married couples charged with lewd behavior for having sex with their spouses at the club. The detectives posed as couples and paid the $50 a couple membership fee and the $75 door charge to get in Trapeze 2 on a Saturday night the raid occurred. The couple intend to fight the charges. Another patron who called herself Jean says she intends to plead not guilty because my sex life is my business, said Jean, and the government should butt out of it. Americans are guaranteed the right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, she said. We've got a hick sheriff here who should know that, and amen to that. Ken Jenny, you're an asshole, man. And it goes on. It says, since details of the arrest of Trapeze 2 were made public, an additional 50 people have taken out memberships. Oh! Trapeze 2 said it has 6,000 members, or it had at the time of the raid. 6,000 members. Paying money. It's a private club. They go in there. They do whoever they want, whatever they want. That's it. Behind closed doors. No minors. Nothing going on outside. No drugs outside. No prostitution. No problem. So it didn't make them happy when they tried to get all the, the slot machines off the cruise ship. That didn't work out too good. So what's the next thing, Ken Jenny? It's always this, when guys are trying to make a name for themselves, when they've got higher aspirations politically, this is the kind of goody two-shoes horse crap that they're always involved in. Always. Because who are they appealing to? They're appealing to the people who vote in Broward County, all over the age of 100. Oh, yes, that's disgusting. Right, those are the people. Here's North Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes?
You missed the abortion by Robbie Niedermeyer Saturday night.
Yeah, I read about it.
That's the missed empty netter?
About 2 missed opportunities, one in the empty net from 8 feet away, yeah.
Boy.
Uh-huh.
Boy.
Yeah.
He did score a goal, but let's just say when he announced the 3 stars and he was number 2, he was soundly booed.
Great. That's the second game in a row he's been.
And that was one of the loudest.
Sean Burke, I understand, did another great job, but I've been telling you about Sean Burke.
Oh! And I had a little 4-year-old kid next to me behind the Tampa Bay net who said, "Hey, look, Dad, it's Charles Schwab." Instead of Corey Schwab.
Oh, Charles Schwab, yeah. Huh?
You know.
I'm a little bit slow today, yeah.
Yeah, okay. By the way, I have to also...
That's the only reason, by the way, that it was only 1-0 instead of 10, because Ranford only played for about 10 seconds there when late in the game.
Well, the other reason was because we had Billy Lindsay and Kirk Muller on the power play.
Well, there you go. Nice going, TM.
I'm out of material.
Thanks. Okay, so in other words, I missed a really boring game. Nice going, Neil. Good choice. 567-0560. 2 calls on this board. We've got, 162 lines. We were prepared for you today. Sparing no expense. New microphone, which we can't use, by the way, because it sounds real tinny and real bad. We put it back in a box. You know, it looked like it was made from aluminum, that mic. It looked like a real piece of turd. It was shiny. Shiny and exciting, but it sounded like crap. I mean, how about some Sennheiser microphones? How about some real equipment? Although George tells me never has in the history of this show has it sounded so great on the air. Which is why we're getting all of these calls, not, huh?
At least in this room, it sounds great.
And they said on the air, it sounds fantastic. The calls continue to suck, as in almost none. I mean, what the hell did I come back here for? I could have stayed up there and gotten more bed bugs. And I'm sure if I would have stayed a couple more days, I might. Spider mites, baby. Look it up in the dictionary. Get with the program. Learn something. Find out something about real life. Forget about the God bull crap. There is no God, but there are spider mites all over the place. What?
Could be chiggers.
There was no chiggers in that hotel. Why do you think I stayed there? Here's a mobile in Pompano. Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Someone to help, maybe. Yes, sir.
Wally, Brad here. How are you today?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to go on record as saying these swing club raids are just a big pile of steaming crap. We were at Trapeze Saturday night.
Yeah.
The crowd is
What are you, some kind of a pervert?
Pardon me, sir?
Go ahead.
The crowd at Trapeze was like maybe half of what it normally would be.
Yeah.
But
we're all scared crapless. That's the idea. Put these places out of business by going in there and raiding the hell out of them. And then, hey, look at this. We closed up a pervert place.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's not really what I called about.
What did you call about?
You didn't happen to catch Al Goldstein on Imus this morning, did you?
No, I didn't see that. It was it was a repeat. I saw 2 seconds. He was it said originally recorded, and I flipped it right off.
Yeah, the main reason I called was what you had mentioned on. You were talking about Meet the Press this morning, which was interesting.
No, it was not.
Oh, you
Nothing
weren't?
I've talked to about this morning was interesting because there's nobody hardly calling here.
Well,
I know it's Monday, and I know George killed the show over the last 20 minutes there on Friday for about a month, but
what I saw
I always like when George fills in, but that was really like a kid sitting with like an erector set in his bedroom, like playing radio. Go ahead.
You have to hear what Senator Lugar said on Meet the Press.
Huh?
It was astonishing. Senator Lugar was on Meet the Press along with another senator whose last name happens to be Dix.
He what?
So Senator Lugar and Senator
What
Dix
did you just say? Senator what?
Senator Dix.
Senator Dick?
Right.
Yeah.
Senator Dix and another senator whose name happens to be Cox, C-O-X.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Have a great day. Okay, here's Toronto. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
How's it going, eh?
Hey, it's going real good. You were up here this weekend?
Yes, sir. I was up there for the Irish, for the big parade yesterday.
You hate the Irish. Come on.
Love the Irish.
Nah, they know how to drink.
Most of the Irish in Toronto look Chinese, though, I noticed.
Well, we have a lot of Chinese. We have a lot of everything up here.
Yeah, everybody's kind of like mixed. That's why I like Toronto. Everybody's got a little bit of this, a little bit of that in them.
Well, I wanted to talk to you.
The Irish have a lot of that in them.
Yeah, I can't wait to go out on Wednesday and get drunk.
Yeah.
I'm not Irish.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to talk to you about bites.
Yeah.
Where was this hotel that you were staying at?
I don't want to mention it because then I'll get sued. I don't want to do that.
Well, it was in the downtown core, no
it's
doubt.
one of the very well known, and I've stayed there all the time. It's a great hotel, but I'm like my right arm looks like I had it in a meat grinder. It's bad.
Well, on behalf of the city and our mayor, we apologize.
Oh yeah, your mayor. Maybe maybe the mayor was the one that bit me, because he's kind of squirrely anyway. He's bizarre.
Have you seen? He's a piece of work.
I say go to Mel is what I say. In fact, every time I pick up the Toronto newspapers, the Sun, the Globe, it says go to Mel on the front.
Yeah, he's not much, but he's all we've got.
He's bizarre. Yeah, he's a piece of work.
Yeah, so I just
maybe the Leafs can send him up. Maybe he can play defense.
Oh, how about them Leafs?
Yeah, kind of a coma operation there Saturday.
I'm telling you, if they don't get their act together, they're going to be a first-round blowout.
They'll be all right. They're going through. Everybody's got to have their swoon. They're doing it at just the right time. We still got 15 games to get the bugs ironed out, if I can say that. We'll be all right.
Well, hopefully, but I somehow don't think so.
I want to tell you, I was standing at, how they have the street meat, they get a nice Italian sausage out on the street over there. I was out there on Yonge Street getting an Italian sausage, and it was the middle of the first period, and the guy at the sausage stand had the game on. He had Joe Bowen blasting out there. I'm going to tell you, Joe Bowen is so goddamn good that it just gave me goosebumps standing and listening to about 2 minutes of the game while I'm waiting for my weenie. Seriously, Joe Bowen is God.
Well, he's doing a lot more now. He's doing the television shows up here, and he's also doing the radio broadcast when he's not doing
the best.
TV.
Joe Bowen is the second coming of Christ.
Oh, and he loves you too.
There you go. Okay, have a great day.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Calls from Toronto. We can't get any down here, but they're calling from Toronto.
Oh!
From a real city with real goddamn living and breathing people, not a bunch of deadheads. God. What was that?
It was my fault.
Oh my God! Hey, we don't have time to play the bit anyway. It's because I was rambling there too long with that clown from Toronto, eh? 27 till noon. We got to get the spots in. That's the only reason we're here. Thank God, it doesn't make any difference if we get calls or not. If I got paid by the call, I'd be on the soup line right now. I'd be down at the soup. I'd be at Camilla's house as I speak if I got paid by the call. WQAM.
Yes, I want to talk to Neil about today's Swingers Club.
Speaking.
This is Neil?
I picked up cold because I guess the line isn't, the phone is all screwed up here, yeah.
Oh, I was on hold for a while and I called back.
Right.
I was going to tell you, I wanted to know where these things are. I need to tell my boss to go there.
Yeah.
He's a scumbag. He's a pig.
Yeah.
I'm an employee of his, and he's asking me to do him some sexual favors, so I was going to tell him that him and his wife should go there.
Yeah, so why don't you get you a good lawyer? Sounds like a great sexual harassment suit to me. I'll split it with you.
I know, I got to get him on tape first.
Yeah, okay, well, work on it and call us back. What the hell is she talking about? Oh, so anyway, getting back to Greg Reed, since I think there might be an interesting segue from that call into this one. But, getting back to him, I was thinking coming to work this morning about different people I've worked for, most of whom in this business, they have been disappointing. The only two people I would say who did not disappoint were Dick Casper and Gary Lawrence. And people that, Gary Lawrence? Yeah, that's right. Gary Lawrence was a pretty good guy. He got screwed over by the Gannett people over there. He used to own INZ and Zeta. But he was a pretty good guy. Didn't disappoint. In other words, he stood by all the way until they canned his ass, which I think that's why they did can his ass. And Dick Casper, of course, he was like a real radio person. He really knew something about the business. Now, and I was thinking also compared about, how frumpy Greg always looked like this morning. Frumpier than usual. Wouldn't you agree? He looked like really, George is nodding his head. He don't want to say nothing because he's still waiting for that $200 for the employee of the month. Did he get it yet?
Yes.
No.
No.
He didn't get it yet. But at any rate, I'm thinking like Bob Green. Now, Bob Green was not a great dresser. No, not a snappy look. Huh? Even with a tuxedo on, he was still a slob. But there was just something different about the way he carried himself. You know what I'm saying? In other words, when you sat down and you talked to Bob Green, even though we had our differences, believe me, especially there at the end after Paxson bought the station, did we really hear, had some serious problems. But generally speaking, about 80% of the time, when you sat down and you talked to the guy, he didn't scratch his head and look down at the floor and, and said, if you walked in and said, hey, Bob, it's a nice day today, he didn't say, oh, you're quitting? Like if I went into Greg's office down the hall here now that we're all on the same floor, one big happy family, I said, God, what a beautiful day it's turning into after that rain this morning. He'd say, gee, you're quitting? Yeah, that's what he would say. I mean, he just, I don't know. Maybe the reason he keeps scratching that hole there is he's trying to find, whatever used to be in there. Maybe that's what it is. Because I know when I was coming to work this morning, I thought, God, it is so embarrassing when I think about the fact that he's my boss. The money, I'll take it. The money's great. Ratings are great. We're kicking ass. We got this new studio up here on the 3rd floor now. Like we actually, which we liked it better on the 2nd, by the way, but nevertheless. But I'm embarrassed that I work for this man because you just look at him and you think, gee, and then you start talking to him and then you really got a problem, Like say something that might be meaningful, something that might relate to like the business, to the show, to the station, to like our lives, to something. Can't do it. Here's Sunrise. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir. Speaking.
Where is this article about the trapeze? It's in the Herald, I presume.
It's in the Herald on page, on the 2nd page of the, are you in Dade?
No, I'm in Broward. We get the Sun Sentinel.
No, but if you get the Broward edition of the Herald, it's in the Broward section on page 2.
Well, now I have an excuse to buy a copy of the Herald, which I
Sex club members ordered into court by Paul Brinkley Rogers, my brother-in-law. Yeah.
Funny. Anyway, I have one more bit, and then
nobody cares about this. Nobody's got any comment about this, except for all the closeted people who call George off the air and are terrified that their voices will be recognized if they call me on here. They're the ones that are scared crapless because this is the kind of fascism that goes on in Broward County.
I agree with you.
And I'll bet your buddy Nevins is real happy to see it, too, by the way.
Well, but I'm an ACLU, Nick. I agree with you. I mean, by the way, which reminds me of something.
Who is that with the door? Who was that?
That was Robert. Your good friend Robert's brought you that newspaper on Friday.
Oh, Robert, that clipped out all the gay clubs from the New Times, yeah?
That's the one.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Which reminds me, Neil, I was at the ACLU meeting a couple of weeks ago, and there was some mention of your attorney, Norm Kent, who, from what I understand, is fairly ill.
Now, he's back home.
How's he doing?
He's doing better.
So I guess I should tell Norm Kent that I wish he should feel better. He's a mesh. Right. He's done a lot of good in this community, speaking of what we're talking about.
That's right. Standing up for all us scumbags like you and me, right.
Damn straight.
Okay.
One more thing. It's Fabio's 38th birthday. You know why he's got one name? So he doesn't have to remember two.
Okay, have a great day. Yeah, there's another example of hype, baby. One of the ugliest. I mean, who would you rather do? Wally World, the basketball player from U of M, Ohio, or Fabio? I mean, I can understand Rosie O'Donnell having him on her show because who the hell would do that dyke, huh? Oh, my God. Is that, something, that's the thing with straight guys. I bet you there are straight people, all fags too, sometime with the worst taste. I bet you there are guys in this audience that would do Rosie O'Donnell, aren't there?
No.
One?
No.
Anybody?
No.
How about spider mites? Would they touch her?
No.
No. She'd be safe. Hey, I got a great hotel for you in Toronto next time, Rosie. You're safe. 62 open lines in Dade. I want to see one time, okay, because this tears my guts out. Do you believe me?
No.
Well, it sounds good. What are you eating? I thought we were going to get a little lunch today to celebrate our new studios.
Oh, I didn't know.
Because there's no food in the studio, by the way. That's what Maddie the food Nazi says. Wait till they come marching down the hall over there with the food. Can't wait to see that little midget. See, we got too many short people with attitudes in this place. Too many little, tiny, shrimpy short people. Maybe Buddy Nevins could join your club. The short, shrimpy people with a real nasty attitude. What do we want today? Let's have somebody inaugurate our new thing here, huh?
Chucks. I'm trying to be good today.
Okay, let's do Chucks. Let's do some meatballs and stuff, okay? And not 42 pounds of it, and no sauce in there either, all right? You know the way I like it.
Nisi was gone that day.
Damn it. Don't be leaving no more, Nisi. We're in big trouble with us. Okay, so anyway, 20 before... no, seriously, I mean, what's the point? What is the goddamn point? And when are we going to light up the first stogie in here, too, by the way?
Oh!
You told them you wouldn't.
I wouldn't what? And you believe that? I didn't say smoke it. They said no smoking. That doesn't mean we can't light it up. Just sit in the ashtray.
Let's build a bonfire in the corner.
In fact, why don't we just get like some portable lips? We'll get Stephanie to come over here from Whammy, huh? No, we'll just get her lips. And she can keep sucking on it, on the cigar, to keep the smoke going all day. And we'll say, hey, we're not smoking in here. Right? That's the way Greg Reed would do it. He tells you a lie, and then or like Screw Ann, just pretend he never said it in the first place. That's her modus operandi. What a surprise, by the way, that she should be such a fabricator, since she and Greg are like two pods in your... I almost forgot Udi Menuhin is dead.
Boy!
What was his name?
If I'm going to suck on something, it's not going to be an oyster. All right.
Threats of relief have been going around. A certain movie star doing something queer. The trouble didn't get in there by itself. You should have got to have a trap on the shelf. Richard Gere and rodent meat. Leak away from my protection. When you love like yourself, there's no need to suffer. Just head down to the pet shop for another lover. Come on and do the Richard Gere. Richard Gere. Richard Gere. Richard Gere. Richard Gere. Richard Gere. Everyone knows American Juggalo.
Oh!
Everyone knows American Juggalo.
Oh! It's 11:47 at 560 WPM. Shanna Sam, or how is it? How does that go? He was just in here, our promotions man. I mean, we saw Fat Boy this morning, Sam and Shan. We're going to have to go through this every day because I'm going to go back on the second floor. Not that we don't like seeing you, Sam, but don't make it a habit. Now, what is that? What just happened there? Can you explain to me what is going on with this phone? Please, I don't know who you're talking to, but what is going on with this? I looked up for like 1 second. We had about 5 people sitting there waiting patiently for about like not very long, and all of a sudden they just vanished. And I got one call on the board. I'm going home. You know, for this, I don't need to get out of bed. I could have stayed home and let all my bug bites heal up. 567-0560, pound 560. There's something with this. Didn't you just see that?
I saw it.
And
it's what goes on all the time. They hang up.
Not like that. They just got on there. You just put 4 people on there.
Yeah.
And
they do it all day long.
Here's a mobile in North Miami Beach before they hang up. Hello.
We must be loyal fans, Neil.
And
you were great last night. Loan me $50.
Yeah, Woody. How do you like that? You know Woody.
He's an asshole.
Uh-huh. How pathetic. How sad. How tragic. That's what we got in our brand. Welcome to Neil Begs for Calls in his new studio. Oh! Yeah! This is a lot more exciting than Neil Begs for Calls downstairs on the second floor in his old studio. We got 238 lines waiting on you right now. These people have got no material today. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. I'm getting on a plane.
There's something wrong with the world today. I don't know what it is. Boy! Something's wrong with our eyes.
See, you know, little did I know how prescient I was when I came here 23 years ago, and I said that first week, this is an outdoor funeral parlor. Of course, at that time, I was on KAT over on the beach talking to people over the age of 100, old Jews. Little did I realize then, here I am 23 years later, and you know what? It's still an outdoor funeral parlor. The only difference is people of all ages now are dead. The young, the old, in between, illegal aliens, whatever they are. Here's a mobile in Miami on line 7. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay, sir.
Had to give you a call. I just came back in town for a week. I live out in Texas now. And let me tell you, moving out there was a breath of fresh air from this place.
Yeah.
But
what that is.
I was watching something on like A&E, I don't remember what channel it was. It was something on cable about two little girls who got shot in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And when the credits of the show was running, they had you on the TV talking about guns and all this stuff. I was shocked sitting there in Texas watching Neil rant and rave about guns. It was interesting that it was you that picked.
I wonder where they got that from.
I have no idea. But I just called to tell you it's the only thing I missed. Well, two things I missed: the ocean and listening to you on the radio.
Sir, the weather and Neil are the only two things that this town has got, and every single working day of my life I come in here and I have to go through the same boring, ponderous exercise of pleading these people, pick up a phone, say something, anything, give us a hint that you might be alive. And what do I get? I get that little asshole Woody calling, hey, loan me $50. That's what I get. This is what we've got, man. This is a death knell, this place.
I don't miss this place.
And people wonder why I get on a plane. I drive by the airport, and if I see a plane that's going to be leaving in a few minutes, I just drive right in, give me a ticket. Just take me somewhere, please.
Let me tell you, the one thing I noticed.
That's what they should have done. Built me a studio someplace else, not up here on the third floor. In another town would have been good.
Another city, maybe another country.
Exactly.
Let me tell you, other thing I noticed too is when I'm driving or even going to a restaurant, people are just friendlier.
Yeah.
I mean, it took me all of 5 minutes.
I'm in a hotel in Toronto this weekend, even with the bed bugs, and the maid, everybody in the hallway. You walk down the hall. Good morning. You get in the elevator. People you never saw before. How's it going?
Exactly. You having a good day? Where you from? It's just
even all those beggars out on Young Street. Spare some change, mister? Well, okay, have a nice night anyway, eh? Yeah, that's right. Even if you didn't give them a dirty look, they still say something nice to you, make you feel guilty. That's right.
It was like culture shock to me. It took me 3 months before somebody finally flicked me off.
These are the most anti-social. I mean, I keep saying it and saying it and saying it. I have to say it in order to preserve my sanity because I know it's a fact. It's not just me. If I took it personally, I'd blow my brains out.
All right, Mia.
I'm going to start doing crystal meth. Have a great day, pal. Good luck. There's a guy in Texas. How come have we seen line 8 ring yet? Have we had a call?
No.
On line 8? See, we're never going to get line 8 to ring unless we got someone's in the middle there. Just for the fun of it, okay, I want to see all 8 lines. This will be a first in the history of this show, at least on this station. How many lines did we have in IOD?
10.
We had 10 lines?
3 Dade, 3 Broward, 2 Mobile, and 2 800.
We had 10 lines on IOD?
Oh! That's why they had to wait on hold for like 45 minutes.
But they did.
Hour. And they
did. This crowd on this station, well, of course, we didn't have 25-minute commercial breaks on IOD like we do here. All Spots Radio. We didn't have that. But here, we've trained them not to be patient because they know that no matter, they'll die before they'll get on the air. Because we got these long, ponderous breaks. Because with Screwan, you said you do 45 minutes of spots an hour. Okay, Screwan, whatever you say. Just make it up as you go along, sweetheart.
Those are the Broward lines, by the way, that we need the people to call to make line 8.
Yeah, if line 8 will ring, what's going on with you assholes in Broward, for Christ's sakes? We never have open lines in Broward. We're trying to get line 6, line 7, and line 8 for a first in the history of this show on this station. Can't do it. Oh, I'm getting the fax, though. I like that. I like the sound of that fax. Wow, I got a twitch in my rectum when I heard that. Because now the fax is in this studio, so it doesn't give George another reason to keep running around with faxes all day.
Not that I could fit it in here.
That's right. George got no room for a fax machine. He doesn't. In fact, you can't smoke a cigar in there, George, because there's no room for a cigar in there. That's how small George's room is. It's like a goddamn, not a broom closet. A broom closet is like spacious compared to that. Like a nook and a cranny. Whatever a cranny is, that's what it is. Broward County, 567, here's the test. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wire. Even if you're not going to say anything, I just want to see lines 6, 7, and 8 light up here. We're waiting. We're still waiting. I don't think this phone is working. I really don't. Can't possibly. I mean, are we on the air? Well, listen to that. There's the sound of line 8. It's actually got a dial tone. Maybe even line 9. No, now you're pushing it, okay? Okay, line 7. Just keep ringing it. Oh, there you go. You are so slow. This town is just, it's like having not even watching paint dry. It's like having a dream about watching paint dry. That's how boring this place is. Okay, 7. Now we need one more. One more in Broward. Can they do it? Can they do it? 567-0560. I don't want to talk to you. I just want to look at the phone board. I just want something to take away from me here today. Not going to happen. Well, what? What are you pounding on the table in there for? And look at that. While we're waiting for line 8, line 3 just went out. Five, 6, 7, 0, 5. Are you sure line 8 is? Maybe it's Palm Beach.
Good one.
Huh? Maybe it's Fort Myers. Maybe it's the Fort Myers line. Huh? You got a Fort Myers line? 5670560. Pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. We're waiting breathlessly for line 8 to ring. The moment it rings, it's going to be one of the most exciting moments in the history of this radio station. Even Joey Reynolds will be impressed. Is it ringing?
No.
And line 6 just went out. I don't want to start sounding suspicious, okay? Like I believe that there could be a few glitches in this, like I can't talk on the intercom to George. And like the fact that these speakers sound like Kresge's threw them out when they went out of business. They threw them out in the dumpster. Line 8. I bet you line 8 doesn't even work. I bet you it's a scam. I mean, there's a dial tone on it, but I bet you incoming it doesn't even work.
Maybe it doesn't roll over to it like it's supposed to.
Why not?
I don't know.
The audience sure did today. They rolled over. Maybe they're waiting for those goddamn spider bites. Here's a Mobile and Sunrise. Hello. Mobile and Sunrise.
All right, sorry.
Don't
bless
be
you,
sorry.
Father, I have sinned. Neil's been about 8 years since my last call.
Yeah.
I just wanted to find out if there's an award to be given to Don King for screwing everybody so royally. After the fight, the first thing he said, well, we'll have a rematch in about 6 months.
Listen, call up one of the sports shows and talk to them about that crap, okay, sir? No interest there, okay? After the fight. See, this is what America's all, even on the nightly newscast now, I notice. They're talking about the fight. As if Don King and Evander Holyfield has got 127 children by 238 different women. As if rational people should be either spending money to watch this crap or to be talking about it. I think the answer clearly is no. They should not. You know something that's going to be real nice playing music the rest of the day? Hank Goldberg will be here from Shula Steak 2 at 2 o'clock. He'll have a lot of calls because they'll be talking about that fight. They'll be talking about how Miami of Florida took it up the old rectum. About how Miami of Ohio went nuts. And yeah, that's right. They won't be calling Hank to talk about how good that Polish kid looks from Spain. Wally, whatever his name is. Wally Hennessy. Oh, he don't look too good.
Where's my meat?
Here's Andrew Dice Clay for Dice-A-Roni.
All right, let's say you're eating. You're sick and f***ing tired of f***ing potatoes and that stovetop shit. Do like me, honey. Eat this. Dice-A-Roni. Come on, it's almost as simple as you. Put the f***ing bag in the f***ing pot and you turn on the f***ing stove. You think you can manage that, honey? Hey, bada bing, the f***ing thing's done. So, remember, Yankee Doodle came to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather up his ass and called it Dice-A-Roni. Oh! Dice-A-Roni, the taxi takes a treat.
Oh! 2 minutes afternoon at 560 WQAM. Here's a fax from Debbie. See, Debbie, I don't want to take issue because you're a sweetheart. She's always faxing us. She's a regular listener, but she says, I've been trying for 10 minutes. Line is busy. There's something wrong, et cetera, and so on. What? Not true.
I had 100.
You did?
Calls.
Saying what?
That they called and it was busy when we were doing the test.
No, but this was before that.
Oh.
Well, how the hell can that be? They're using the same phone system in the other studio there for the other shows.
Right.
And?
So can't be.
It can't? By the way, the market's up 70 points and the Nasdaq's up 31. Is the Dow going to do 10,000 today?
No.
Oh, boy, it's going to get close, isn't it? You think it's going to get close?
No.
Nice going on that Caterpillar stock, Neil. That's good. Real good. How is it possible for any one person to pick so many crappy stocks? And I don't just do it out of thin air, you know. I do it based on bad advice. Like that Hilton, that's really... Oh, yeah, that's another winner. Huh? So many bad stocks. I should be calling Rick for some advice, you know. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir?
All right. I wasn't sure it was me.
It's you.
I'm a card-carrying member of 2 swing clubs here in town.
Right.
Trapeze 2. I wasn't there when it got busted. And also Plato's.
Mm-hmm.
Plato's Repeat.
Right.
You know, it's kind of a testimonial. You mentioned when you read that article that they have 6,000 members at Trapeze. They're very, very popular. And I was in Plato's.
6,000 members. Maybe Ken Jenny can have them all rounded up and all put in jail.
Well, you know,
let's build a new jail for the members of Trapeze too.
Exactly. It's it's my wife and I aren't exactly what you would call swingers in the strict sense of the word, because we really don't get involved sexually with other couples. However, we very much enjoy going because it adds greatly to our sex life. I mean, there's a lot of stimulation there. You know?
You're disturbing the sheriff. I'll tell you that right now. You're disturbing him.
But we're not doing anything that we wouldn't do in the privacy of our own home.
Right.
And we're doing it in a private club.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, it just seems to me that you know, if more folks out there maybe tried this, they might find some real enjoyment in it and actually improve.
Yeah, but don't you understand? More folks aren't going to be trying it in Broward County because they're terrified that they're going to be there and they don't know who the other people are with them, and some of them are going to be, you know, plain clothes. It's going to be another one of these sting operations. And guess what? Everybody clothes back on. You're all going to jail. Who the hell wants that?
Well, you know, that's the way it
That's the American fucking way.
Right.
All right. Well, at Plato's, they make you sign a form when you join that says that you're not a member of the police department.
Well, they lie a lot.
And you're not doing anything undercover.
They're like Greg Reed. They lie a lot.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, you know, for your entertainment buck, boy, that's the biggest bang, so to speak, for your buck that you're going to find.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot better than sitting down and watching a porno flick.
Yeah, that's what Buddy Nevins said. Yeah.
And you might actually meet some nice people too, because there are a lot of nice people there. You know, would you want to promote these places a little bit by perhaps giving out a website address for each of them to help some of the folks that might be interested out there locate them? Perhaps if we get enough members joining these places, they'll leave them alone.
Yeah, if they want to start buying some spots on the show, I'd be very happy to do that. Okay, we got the open line at Dade 600 in Broward. See, I don't believe that. And see, they're all over the place. There's something loused up with this. I'm telling you, 567-0560. Pound 560 on the Mobile One line. See, the lady in Deerfield Beach, how can she be on one? You tell me that Broward is 6, 7, and 8?
Maybe they're reversed.
Yeah, maybe they're reversed. Maybe they're liverwurst. Maybe they're upside down. Maybe they're backwards. Maybe they work, and maybe they don't. You know. Nice going there, Greg. Another 200 years off my life today. Here's a lady in Deerfield. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
The mites are eating me up alive.
Really?
Really. I'm very happy you're doing the show.
Well, what show? You're the only one that's talking about it. I had 2 calls about this. This is important stuff.
You know why? You know why?
Why?
People are ignorant.
They're morons.
They're ignorant.
They're idiots. Their brains have been eaten by spider mites. That's right. Their gray matter has been eaten away by spiders.
I never really paid attention to what mites were until they attacked me.
Yeah.
And I have an animal that's half bald.
Uh-huh.
I'm going bald.
Right.
And
me too.
I'm putting...
And I don't even live in your house.
This is disgusting.
So what are you doing about it?
Well, I have to put this poison on my head, right?
Yeah.
The management where I live, it's not... A mite isn't a bug.
What is it?
Well, that's what I said. What is it, a coffee grain?
What is it, a pop-up toaster?
No, it's a sesame seed.
It's a what? Yeah, it's a sesame seed. It looks like a
it's
sesame
seed, right?
Uh-huh.
Poppy seed.
Yeah.
My house is full of poppy seeds.
Great.
They're on my clothes.
Well, with the next program, you'll be ready for some more Hamantaschen again. That's good.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They're on my clothes.
So like I said, what are you doing about it?
Well, I'm demanding to be exterminated here.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to think I have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Also, in other words, you live in a condo.
I live in a very well-known apartment complex here. I would love to say the name.
But you won't.
But I won't.
I know. It's just like here, we need an exterminator, and Greg Reed will not do it. They say, hey, come on, Greg, come up with a few bucks.
No.
We got ants crawling out of every...
But has anyone ever
No.
read up on what these things can do to you?
What can they do to you?
What, a mite?
Oh, a lot of people have bad allergic reactions.
Well,
in fact, you know something? Maybe that's what started this whole syndrome that I've had these last 3 months with these mites. You know, so you might have just hit on it.
What's going on?
Huh?
Tell me, I'll tell you if you have mites.
I don't want to go through all of it again. Okay, well, good luck, sweetheart.
No, there's more.
Oh, that's what you think. Okay, well, I'm out of time. I got to do a lot of commercials here, okay? We got to get a lot of spots in. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. We had one guy that knew what he was talking about with spider mites. The first guy this morning, cockroaches don't bite. No, they just sit down there and they give you a big smile. That's right. They say, maybe I look disgusting, but I'm real friendly. Want to have some verbal intercourse before you run away screaming and yelling or step on the, whichever comes first? Oh, here comes a fax. Listen to that sound of that fax machine.
Woo! Can't hear it.
Huh?
Can't hear it.
Can't hear it on the air. I can feel it. In fact, it makes such a low decibel kind of a...
Rectum.
Yeah, that's exactly where it gets you.
High-paying temporary job, but sick of the rules and regulations that govern the civilized business world? Then perhaps you should join the other thugs at the Luttrell Sprewell Temporary Service. At the Luttrell Sprewell Temporary Service, you'll be trained in the fine art of employer-worker relationships by Mr. Sprewell himself.
Say, for instance, some big fat cracker asks you to send a fax form. You just smile, rip the machine out the wall, and tell him you're going to kill him.
You'll also be schooled in Mr. Sprewell's revolutionary computer technique.
Now, if someone asks you if you know how to use Windows, you reply, I sure as hell know how to throw your dumb ass out of one.
And best of all, the Luttrell Sprewell Temporary Service teaches all its employees Mr. Sprewell's time-tested salary negotiation method.
And once you get your hands around his neck, you apply constant pressure until it starts to see things your way.
Employees at the Luttrell Sprewell Temporary Service can make as much as $17.3 million every 2 years, with 5 months off to run people off the road with your Lexus.
Oh, hey, man, you got my car, I'm going to kill you.
The Luttrell Sprewell Temporary Service. Call today.
Okay, 12:14 at 560 WQM. This is a dry run, by the way. Just pretend we're not on the air. We're having a few technical glitches here and there, and you're used to that. We are, because we work for Greg Reed. Cheap. So anyway, look at this. Here's Neil's balls from Nisi. Thank you, Nisi. That's for you. She's working today. Thank God for her. Just had our good buddy Chuck from the sub-center come in. Here's our, oh, and guess what? There's sauce in this, George. I mean, I'm going to eat it anyway. There's sauce on my balls. George. I don't want to start getting pushy.
Well, Nisi's there today.
I know she is. She's got a note on the damn thing. She wrote Nisi balls, and she put sauce on my goddamn meatballs with my cheese and onions, which I don't want any goddamn sauce, but I'll eat it anyway. Don't do it again, Nisi. I take back. I just sucked it back. Okay, where are we going? I mean, what's the point of this exercise today? You know, seriously, why don't we just phone it in? 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. Bugs! Wait till the first bugs start crawling around in here, okay? And we can call up OSHA just like we were doing in the other place. Here's a Mobile in the Gables. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How
Yes.
you doing?
Okay, sir.
First time, long time, and just happy to get through to the show, help you out with your communication problems. I'm a transplant from Old TO, and I've been dying to phone you and talk about how well the Leafs are doing this year, and ask you if you've been up to the new center yet.
Not yet.
Oh, I believe it used to be a post office or something, and I
It
heard
used to be. That's right. It was a post. I drove right by it again yesterday in the cab on the way to the airport.
that Bay Street over there, I think.
Right. It looks pretty good on the outside.
Another thing I heard you mention, the mentality and the consciousness of the people down here is way, way different, I think, than from what you're used to. I mean, when you go back up to Toronto, I think you're probably the most obtrusive person on the street rather than the vagabonds on Yonge Street. There's no threat of violence up there, and you don't really get that safe feeling down here, amongst other things with the bad driving.
Now, even the callers down here are dangerous. Right. They're killing me.
What do you chalk it up to? I mean, what is it? Consciousness of the people, or just the heat, and they got too much Diet Coke in their head and Cuban coffee mixed in there? I can't figure it out.
It's an experiment that didn't work. This is a failed experiment. This is a place. It is. It's a place with no identity, and all the losers come here. You know, so I have to assume I'm a loser too, because it's a place for losers. Yeah, I'm a loser.
That would make me a loser as well.
Yeah, but at least I'm smart enough to get out every chance I get.
I hear you. I'm going to be going on holidays.
Let's face it, we're in South Florida, we're losers, but at least we admit it.
Oh, no.
I'm a loser.
6 points keep the Leafs behind Ottawa. What are your feelings on that? You think they're going to catch Ottawa?
Just be happy, just be happy to finish second in the division. Just keep our heads above Pittsburgh and Philly. Nice going for Philly, by the way. 11 games in a row without a win. Nice going. Roger Nielsen, he's going to be canned any day now.
Well, I was watching the game yesterday. They said that they were going to go with him for the rest of the year, and if the team fails, it's going to be basically up to the team.
Trust me when I tell you, he'll never make it to the end of the year. Every time they say that, that means that's history.
Did you see the fights at the beginning of the game?
I didn't see any of it, no.
Oh, I've never seen a hockey game start like this in the years I've been watching. Within about 20 minutes, Lindros and Hatcher were going at it. There's about
don't start hockey talk, man. These people need an interpreter. They don't know what you're talking about.
No, come on. You got to admit, out of all the fair-weathered fans in this town, the hockey fans are probably the closest to being real fans.
No, the hockey fans are the farthest from being. They don't know anything about the sport. They do show up and put their ass in the seat. The hockey fans here are the worst of all the fans. They know nothing.
Really? Oh,
they don't know Eric Lindros from Eric Estrada.
I thought I saw you at the Leafs game. Were you wearing that blue jacket over there someplace?
Yes, sir.
I was trying to
have
find
a great day.
it.
It's good talking to you, but you're killing the show. Okay, have a great day.
I know.
Terminal. Okay, 5670560. See, he admitted it, and pound 560 on the mobile one line. Killer. Not that we're going anywhere anyway. We're dying. And George is just checking out. Let me ask you one thing. We were one floor beneath. We were on the second floor for 14 months. And the phone, I mean, not that it was ever great to begin with, but we had some idea of where the calls were coming in. The same phone number. Am I right? Yes. Yes. Now we move up here to the third floor, where everything is kind of like ass backwards, and we got a few little, I can't speak to George on the intercom. We got, some bugs need to be ironed out. Line 8 doesn't roll over at all. And you're telling me that they come in wherever.
Right.
Why?
Well, I don't know.
It's the same phone. It's the same goddamn instrument, isn't it?
Don't knock it. The phone sounds so much better.
It's the same piece of crap Gentner piece of garbage we had downstairs.
Remember that obnoxious feedback sound that you used to get downstairs when the call wasn't hot enough? Well, that seems to be gone. So you win some, you lose some. It sounds so much better, trust me. We'll straighten the other crap out later.
No. Here's a mobile in Coral Springs. Hello.
Yeah, how are you today?
Okay, sir.
All right. You were talking about mites before?
I was talking about what?
Mites?
Yeah, spider mites.
Okay, well, they also have dust mites. You're familiar with those too?
They're what?
Dust mites.
Dust mites.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I just had an allergy test, and if you're not familiar with those allergy tests where they poke you and they test your body or what you're affected to, and I had one dust mite. It was a huge rash right on the back. I mean, as soon as it touched me, so I mean, I've been allergic to this stuff my whole life. I didn't even know it.
Right. And what do they do for you?
What if dust mites are? I guess they're just microscopic little insects who they live on dead skin.
Great.
Okay, so
I wonder why God invented those, huh?
When you flake at night and if your dogs, they live off the dogs, so they're there forever, and you can't get rid of them unless you have to wash your clothes in really hot water, your sheets in hot water, and
yeah.
And
but in other words, for the allergy,
you can't use ceiling fans because it blows all the dust up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you can't open your windows, so you're like living you're a bubble boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. But I get shots and I've been taking medication, and I have no effects anymore.
Right.
The house is probably still filled with them, but it doesn't affect me.
I'm going to that allergist. I was going to go to one last week, but I'm sick and tired of going to doctors. I'm going to go to one this week.
It's they poke your body, whatever it is.
This good. No. I don't think but the new guys, they don't do that anymore. They do a blood test. They don't do that anymore.
No, I had a
blood passe.
No, I had a blood test, and then they sent me to an allergist, and then what they do is, if you're allergic to, they take dust mites, whatever it is, and they actually poke your body with it, and if you're affected with it, it swells
they poke
up.
your body with what? With a dust mite?
Actually, yeah.
What do they do? Run around with a net catching them first before
they have everything
in?
They have everything in a certain thing. If you're allergic to shellfish, if you're allergic to grass, the weeds outside, and all different things, all different foods, and then whatever you're allergic to the grass down here, definitely. If you and whatever you're allergic to, they continue giving it to you. Your body's immune to it, and you don't have it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's the story. And other than that, hockey. I hate hockey.
Okay, thanks. Okay, like I told you, they all hate hockey down here. They don't want to hear about it. Don't be killing my show with these hockey calls, okay? I was also thinking that over the weekend. How did I ever stay on the air with all those hockey shows we used to do? I don't want to mention any names, especially since he's out of town on that West Coast trip. But one thing about those hockey shows,
they stunk.
I mean, Jesus Christ. How did I stay on the air? How did I keep my job? How did I keep seriously? Not that the shows were bad, but these people have no interest. They don't know what we're talking about. See, if this was like a normal place, we would have already had 100 different people calling with stories about that blue houseboat that Cunanan shot himself in, and about the caretaker, and all of those things. You know, that whole episode, I mean, that was a very bizarre period of time in the history of this town, and it happened less than 2 years ago. In fact, on the back of the book here, let's see, July 15th, 1997, that's when he Gianni there. Right. And when he left California, by the way, Cunanan was telling all his buddies how he hated Versace like poison, and et cetera and so on. Hated him. Because he was a self-made millionaire, and he was this and that, and he was, had all the things that he wanted but couldn't get. Hated him. We're talking crystal meth today. Have we had any calls about that?
No.
About, huh? Oh, we had a couple of crank calls, George said. That's the wrong crank. Here's a mobile implantation. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I don't know. Having a good lunch, I know that. Thanks again, Chuck and Niecy, and quit putting sauce on my balls, Niecy. God damn it.
That Atkins diet that you go on.
I'm doing it right now. Yeah.
You're doing
for
it right
a few
now.
hours a day. Uh-huh.
I've been on it a week and I haven't lost a pound.
Yeah.
I mean, if
you're doing it wrong then.
What am I doing wrong? I have eggs.
How the hell do I know?
I have eggs in the morning, bacon, burger in the afternoon, and chicken at night.
Yeah. Eating bread with a burger?
No.
Eating, drinking caffeine, sodas with caffeine, coffee?
No, I knocked that all out.
Booze?
No.
No booze. No booze today, Howard. No booze.
Now, McDonald's is no good, right? If I go in there, McDonald's, and have a burger without the bun?
Of course not. It's they got ketchup loaded with sugar.
No, I don't have the ketchup. It's just a plain hamburger. That's
How the hell can you eat that?
I'm on the road all the time.
And you're just eating a plain McDonald's burger with nothing on it?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Jesus. Go get yourself some fish food. You'll feel better, okay? You'll have a big smile on your puss. 5670560, pound 560. Did that guy call yet, by the way, that went to see Dr. Bernstein?
No.
Oh, ever that day since he called, I've been thinking about that guy every single day, at least once a day. It pops into my mind. Is that guy ever going to call us?
No.
You bastard. You prick. I mean, that guy had to be making it up. He don't know Dr. Bernstein from Arthur Rubinstein, from Leonard Bernstein, and they're both dead. By the way, did I mention Yudi Menuhin? How do you pronounce his last name? The old Jew violinist. Don't you know who that was? You wouldn't know. What do Cubans know about violins? Here's South Miami. Hello.
Yes, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I totally agree with you on the Cunanan story. These people, they're obsessed with taking pictures out in front of the mansion, and that's all they want. They just want to go where the blood is. The fact is, the Miami Beach police had numerous chances to catch this person.
Mm-hmm.
They did nothing.
Signs his real name. He gives his passport with it and signs his real name at the pawn shop. Well, we didn't have a computer system back then. It was sitting around on a desk somewhere.
Well, the other side of it is they did nothing to put out the pictures in the different gay bars
right.
that this guy had been seen.
Absolutely correct, sir.
That's right.
They did nothing. And it was not only here, but it was a complete trail that started in San Diego. And these people they're
like Jeffrey Trail.
They're incompetent.
That finished in Minnesota, right?
Every police division, every state he went to had an opportunity, and they blew it. I mean, this guy was, he's not a genius. He could have been caught numerous times, and they blew it.
The only reason that they got excited about catching him is when he killed somebody famous. Then they started getting real interested.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing on the houseboat, when this guy comes and finds him, and they were thinking about not giving him the money, that was incredible. That, they were actually saying, well, we don't know if we should give him the money because he was already dead when we got there.
No, I thought what they should have done is given him the money and his passport back and said, you can only have the money if you go back where you came from. That would have been good. Have a great day, pal.
All right.
Say hi to Andrew. How's Andrew Cunanan doing? Oh, gee, won't see him no more. Open line in, don't be saying that. I got to cure myself of doing that. Open lines all over the place. We got 400 lines, 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. That's part of the problem. By the way, Debbie, did Debbie ever call anyway? Did Debbie call?
No.
No. Coast is clear now, Debbie. You can call. We got 400 open lines for you.
Hi, this is G. Gordon Liddy, and they don't come any worse than Neil Rogers. Are you in search of a high-paying temporary job but sick of the rules and regulations that govern the civilized business world? Then perhaps you should join the other thugs at the Latrell Sprewell Temporary Service.
At the Luttrell Sprewell Temporary Service, you'll be trained in the fine art of employer-worker relationships by Mr. Sprewell himself.
Say, for instance, some big fat cracker asks you to send a fax form. You just smile, rip the machine out the wall, and tell him you're going to kill him.
You'll also be schooled in Mr. Sprewell's revolutionary computer technique.
Now, someone asks you if you know how to use Windows. You reply, I sure as hell know how to throw your dumb ass out of one.
And best of all, the Luttrell Sprewell Temporary Service teaches all its employees Mr. Sprewell's time-tested salary negotiation method.
Once you get your hands around his neck, you apply constant pressure until it starts to see things your way.
Employees at the Luttrell Sprewell Temporary Service can make as much as $17.3 million every 2 years, with 5 months off to run people off the road with your Lexus.
Oh, hey, man, you scratch my car, I'm going to kill you.
The Luttrell Sprewell Temporary Service. Call today.
Yeah, I know I just played that, but I chopped off the beginning the last time, and you weren't paying any attention anyway.
Huh?
12:32 at 560 WQM. A lot of useless faxes, including Debbie, who faxes again. And Debbie, I guess, was trying to call when we were doing our little test, and there is no line 8. Line 8, it exists there, but it doesn't roll over. That's the reason, Debbie, so our phones aren't as bad as you thought. Although they are right now. 5670560, pound 560 on the Mobile 1 line. Mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello?
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Debbie on a mobile has a fax machine now?
That's not the same, Debbie.
Oh, okay.
I hope. I pray.
Yeah, right. So,
yes?
Do you give money to these guys on the street that are begging with their little signs and whatnot?
No.
Okay.
No, I do not.
Well, I pull into this gas station, Atlantic and 441, and I get out, and the guy comes walking over to me. White guy. I'm a white guy. He's a nice guy. He goes, can you, this is Sunday, yesterday. He goes, can you spare a few cents, a few change?
No.
I just got off work, and I need a ride for the bus. I said, okay.
What? You're helping all over, boy.
I go, okay, where do you work?
No.
Yeah.
He goes, he mumbled. I'm like, that's what I thought. See you later.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just the nerve of these people.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do, depending on my mood.
I don't like it.
No, I don't know. It depends. But
I don't like it. I don't like being confronted, especially when I'm in my car. I don't like coming to like a stoplight.
Right.
And have some real scumbag, dangerous-looking, grotesque thing up there. Huh?
Yes. Derelict.
Right. Exactly.
His name is Yehudi Menuhin.
That's what I said.
Yeah. He was a great.
But nobody in this audience knows who that was. Only a few old Jews know that.
Well, I'm not old. I'm a Jew. I'm a violinist kind of guy.
Well, okay, you're a violin guy. Well, that speaks for itself.
Also, I think I have a problem with you because, or maybe you think that you have one with me. My name is Mitch. Well, my name is Mitch. I'm not the Mitch that you hate from Hollywood.
Yeah.
But a few weeks ago, or a few months ago, you were giving away Allman Brothers tickets,
and
I still never got them in the mail. So, like, a couple of days after this concert, I'm wondering, well, maybe they didn't send them to you because they thought that I was Mitch from Hollywood. So, just to let you know,
you got them after the concert?
No, I never even got them.
You never got them at all?
No. So, but anyway, I still love you and listen to you every day, and have a good day.
They suck anyway. You don't want to see them.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
But
yeah, they're burned out. Okay, 567. We got 600 open lines. 5670560, pound 560. We're talking spider mites today, by the way, in case you missed the beginning of the show. That's our topic today. Spider mites, dust mites. That's our topic. You think we're going to get an exterminator in this joint?
No.
She might have hit on that lady that was babbling before with she might have hit on something really big, though. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I should go to the goddamn allergist. Do you think I will? Might. Line 7 is ringing, WQAM.
Wow, you picked me up cold?
Yes.
Wow. Hey,
well, I'm impressed by line 7. We never used to have a line 7.
Hey, I like this new system.
Very impressive. New system of what?
The phones, because
having
if
no
you call
calls,
in,
yeah.
there's no waiting.
I'm used to it.
Listen, Neil, I was reading the Miami Herald Sports this weekend, and they had a little article about Rob Niedermeyer.
Yes.
And he had a little caption in there. I guess it's for little kids on what you should be doing.
Why do they keep quoting him?
That's what
of
I
all
was.
the people on that team, a guy who is an underachiever, a guy who goes out there is in La La Land. Why do they keep quoting him?
You're gonna love this.
He must have naked pictures of David J. Neal doing Michael Russo.
There you go. He said his recommendation would be for kids to take up. What is it?
Okay.
No.
Golf.
Ballerina. What do they call the ballerina dancing when you on skates?
Ballerina dancing.
Whatever. Or they got the little fag stuff that the guys do.
Figure skating.
Figure skating. He said, take up figure skating. It'll help you skate.
Oh.
I think he's still figure skating out there.
He has been for 6 years.
I got a kick out of it. I thought you would too.
I can't figure him, I'll tell you that, and I can't figure why do they keep quoting him in these newspaper articles? What is wrong with them?
I think he's doing Goldie.
Probably nobody else will speak to him. That's probably the real reason.
He's doing Goldie.
Okay, back to the good news. By the way, the good part of it is we can actually get into our studios here without having to see Goldie or any of them. Can't we?
If you don't look in the window.
No, I mean, as you come around that corner there. Yeah,
oh, yeah, you don't have to look back.
I'm not going to look back there. In fact, I'm going to wear blinders. I'm going to call my good friend Wally Hennessy at Pompano Park, get some blinders to put on. Then maybe I can get one for the other side so I don't see Greg Reed. Boy, did he look looked horrendous this morning. Popped his head in the door, and I said, hey, Greg, where's the rest of you? Seriously, he's a mess. The man is the sloppiest thing I have ever worked for in my life. I'm embarrassed. I'm humiliated. Forget about the fact he's a bozo. We can set that aside. But he just looks so schlumpy, don't he? He's a schlumper. 5'6", 7". I got the meatball in my throat. Oh. I can just see Buddy Nevins' big column. Fag talk host chokes on balls on the ear. Delicious. And quit putting sauce on my balls, Niecy, goddammit. Didn't I specifically say, or am I losing? Huh?
You said.
Wasn't that line in Network? No balls today. Howard. You said no balls. You just got that. Isn't it always great when you have that little piece in there and it pops right back up again? Like when Greg almost choked on that piece of basil in his onion soup.
It was a bay leaf.
Like I said, and a bay leaf in his onion soup. 22 before 1 at 560. WQM, the Hank Goldberg Show from Shula's at 2 o'clock. Just watching line 4 drop off in there. And I'm going to play, listen, I understand we're pushing you. We're in our new studios. We're having a few little minor glitches, which really have nothing to do with the show, which sounds great, so they tell me. We're pushing you too hard today. When we come back after this break, we'll put some nice relaxing music on. I'm not going to keep pushing these numbers out. I don't want to bother you because it's the beginning of a week. You must have had a tough weekend. Maybe you lost some money on some stupid ball game somewhere. I don't know what the deal was, okay? But it's obvious that I'm interfering with your enjoyment of life today. I don't want to do that. And when you're ready to buy your Sergeant, look at that. Woo! A beauty. Oh, that was a nice little piece that just popped out of there.
Please don't say the F word.
I'm a swing cop, not your average cop. I'm a swing cop. I like my job a lot. I'm gonna be finding me a place where the action never stops. I'm a swing cop, baby. My mama used to dress me up. I'm a swing cop, baby. I found a macho way to be tough. I'm gonna be busting everybody if I'm having too much fun. When I pull this duty, my life is full. But that's not the only thing I like to pull. I worship Hitler, he was my kind of man. And I like you for on back now I can. Up against the wall. I caught you giving head. Up against the wall. And your legs were spread. Up against the wall. I'm gonna haul you away and make everyone in the community safe. I'm a swing cop and take the swing club memories home. I'm a swing cop, 'cause I can't score on my own. I'm the Pledge of Allegiance with the great big purple toe.
12:45 at 560 WQM. Boy, this thing's moving along like lightning today, ain't it?
No.
Huh? It's floating along. Market's up only 51 points. Nasdaq's up 28, but the Dow's up only 51 points. Not too good. Not going to make it today. Here's a Mobile and Cutler Ridge. Hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
I got a cure for dust mites.
Yeah.
Two
Who the hell
things.
got? I don't have dust mites.
Who has dust mites?
Who the hell knows who's got dust mites? Get out of here. Got a cure for dust mites. 2 open lines in Day, 2 in Broward. Fine. You believe that? I got spider mites, baby. Spider mites in a hotel last night, Saturday night. Bit up my arm like a goddamn piece of raw beef. And this guy's giving me dust mites. 5670560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. Here's Lauderhill. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
That's good.
Struggling.
Love that last call.
Struggling.
Wow. Pretty lame. Hey, I was working on some new material this weekend.
Yeah.
I just want to say to Jeff, were you fudge packing?
Okay, there you go. There's some new material. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Okay.
I played hockey.
Is this Stubby?
No, this is Robert.
Oh, sounded like Stubby. I almost brought my lunch back up there for a second.
Listen, I'm just calling because I usually listen to your show every day, but I don't really call. But I heard some idiot come on and say that Robbie Niedermeyer said that you should learn the figure skate. If that guy knew anything about hockey, even in high school, we used to take figure skating lessons. A girl would come into our ice, and for 2 hours, we would practice a lot of different things. It's all for being able to balance and everything.
Right, that's right. If you do it like Robbie, then you can play like a girl. Like
Hey, man, I go back to John Rattel, Vic Hatfield.
We don't want to hear about that. Okay, great. As soon as they start that crap with all the old names, okay? Call up Defo and reminisce about Eddie Jackaman, okay? Go jack it with Eddie. 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile. See what I mean about the callers? How many have we had a good call yet today?
No.
Have we had one?
No.
Maybe the guy from Toronto. He was pretty weak. I mean, we had anybody that had anything. I think by accident that 900-year-old woman I was talking about, the mite, she was pretty good. She was entertaining at least. I'm serious. This is a place for losers. I raise my hand. I'm a loser because I work and I live here. I'm a loser. I don't care if I make $40 billion a year. I'm still a loser. Wayne Hypinga. There's a guy that's got more. He's got $1 billion. He's a loser. Look at that Republic stock, okay? Yeah, that's a loser. What is it, $13 a share? See, I can complain about Caterpillar all I want, but thank God I sold my Republic at 25 and made about 50 cents on it. Thank God. See, let me give you a little advice, okay, about stocks. And this is coming from a schmuck who knows nothing about money, who's always does something wrong. I always zig when I'm supposed to zag. But let me tell you one thing. All these newsletters, Louis Rukeyser and Value Line and all these other experts, okay? First of all, if you read 10 of them, you get 10 different opinions about the same goddamn thing. And secondly, it's like the old, throw the dart at the wall. That's what I'm going to start doing. Like they had that chimp picking stocks here a couple of years ago against the guy who was supposed to be an expert. And for a long time, the chimp was doing better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just leave a newspaper where I'm going to put a bunch of names of stocks. I'm going to leave him around the house. And then when my little dog, seriously, when he's just in the right mood, wherever he drops the pile, I'm dropping a bundle of my own on that stock. There you go. I'm going to let Tiny start picking stock. I guarantee he wouldn't pick no goddamn Caterpillar, Derek. Oh, I'm sorry. You're still pissed off at Derek about that Ben & Jerry's, aren't you? Yes. Don't do it again, Derek. I know the right people. Oh, he knows the right people? Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello?
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, who told you that you got bit by spider mites? Spider mites don't bite, do they?
Do they? Well, is that...
I'm in the horticulture business, and I know spider mites attack plants. They don't attack people.
So then what is this? So what does it bite?
I don't know, but it wasn't spider mites.
Bed bugs? I mean, I've heard that expression. What is a bed bug? What is that?
Bed bug is a bug that gets in your bed while you're sleeping.
Yeah. Well, but what kind of bed? Is it like just any kind of bug or like a particular bug?
Well, it's an arachnid, so I guess it's a particular bug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd tell you that.
So it's not spider mites.
Can't be spider mites. Spider mites attack like palms and plants. They don't. I kill them all day long, and they don't attack me.
Well, keep killing them, man.
You got it.
All right. There's a guy that's killing spider mites. No wonder we're not getting the response we're looking for. We got a bum steer. It's bed bugs. There's no such thing as a bed bug. That's just some stupid, somebody came up with it. Let's have like a scientific name. Let's give the bug a name, okay? Like Wally. I wouldn't mind getting bit by Wally, huh? Oh, there he goes again with that fag stuff. That's right. That's right. I'm going to go right up there to Miami of Ohio, baby. Is there such a city? Is that really where it is? University of Miami, Ohio? Of course there is, you idiot. There's a Miami, Ohio. Well, what do you mean you guess? Of course there's a Miami, Ohio.
There's a Cuba, Idaho.
Perfect place for you. It'd be just like going back to Montana again. 1 foot in Cuba and 1 in Montana. Huh? Talk about a big stretch for a midget. Here's a mobile in Davie. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
I was just going to tell you what that gentleman did. Spider mites are on plants. They're real tiny, and I've never heard of them.
Well, that guy who called in the first hour of the show doesn't know his ass from our elbow. From his spider, he would know it was a spider if it might bite him on the neck.
Yeah, but speaking of the stocks, why don't you just get a few mutual funds?
I have some.
Because that
I have some, and they're doing very well.
Yeah, like the Janus 20 fund is heavy into Dell and some other ones.
Or like that Dreyfus Appreciation Fund. There's a good fund.
Oh,
yeah.
Right. And Vanguard has a nice one. The health.
I'll tell you an outfit that's got the crappiest mutual funds is that Smith Barney. Okay, my mother turned me on to them years ago, and they got about I can't tell you how much, a lot of my money into the worst mutual funds. And because I like the lady over there in Hallandale, I haven't transferred that. Huh?
Get out.
I should get out. That Smith Barney. Those mutual funds are slower than a goddamn tortoise.
After 3 or 4 quarters, and you don't see anything, especially with this kind of market, get out.
I'm doing it. As soon as I get home today, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the call. I'm going to say, this guy called me on the air today and said, when in doubt, get the hell out.
But I don't own Dell, but I
Tell Solomon Smith Barney to stick it where the moon don't shine. They got the worst goddamn mutual funds I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. But you pick up a couple magazines.
Market goes up 200 points. They're down a cent. Who needs that?
Get out. Okay.
Okay,
Talk
thanks.
to you later. Bye.
In fact, I'm leaving now. I'm going to go call my broker, okay? Dow is up 62 points. Is it going to make 10,000 today?
No.
But it's kind of edging back in that direction, baby. It's kind of like the Y2K thing, kind of like that same deal all over again. Although that has to do with, something real with computers. But in this case, it's just a number. Whether it's 99.98 or whether it's 10,002, it's all psychological. And of course, once it does get over 10,000, one or two things are going to happen, because then you have that pack mentality. Either everybody is going to jump on the bandwagon, oh, the sky's the limit, it really is going to go up to 18,000, or then they're going to start selling like crazy. Right? Does anybody really know?
No.
No. It's all fixed. Remember when Ted David called from CNBC that day on the show? I think he was trying to tell me it's all fixed. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
I know you weren't at the hockey game Saturday night because I didn't see you. But
No, I was not.
I don't know if you heard about Robbie Niedermeyer had a breakaway, and it was him against the net, and the net won.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Oh, it was a breakaway with an empty net?
It was all by himself, 12 feet away from
8
the
feet
net,
away.
and he
Paper
missed.
said 8 feet, yeah.
Sorry, 8 feet away, and he missed the net. When's
Yeah.
the trading deadline? Get
23rd.
him out of here.
8 days.
Get him out of here.
Nobody wants him.
Don't want him. Tell him to take Nicky with him and get out of here.
We love you, Robbie. Just go away. That's right. Go away, Robbie. Don't take it personal. They're on the West Coast. Oh, no, they're not on the West Coast yet. They're out there in Vegas, plunging their brains out. And TM says, Radek Dvorak's going to have to step it up a little bit more. Yeah, no kidding, TM. Pretty profound. All these youngsters in the organization, if we wait long enough, they're going to be old farts in the organization, like Kirk Muller. Old useless men. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. There isn't a chance in hell we're going to make it until 2 o'clock today, I'll tell you that. In spite of George telling me how much better we sound in our great new studio. Has anybody commented, do we sound any different in our new studio?
No.
They're making it up. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil, this is Mr. Murray calling. How's things?
Oh, yeah, okay. That was either him or Don Johnson. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how's it going?
Okay, sir.
Just was going to call. There are such things as bed bugs. That's not.
Well, what kind of a name is that for a bug? Usually
well,
insects have.
You're right. You have a common name, and then you have the proper name, and it is a type of mite. And I am at a loss for the actual proper name.
Well, we don't need the name, but what is the story?
What caused it? I'm just kind of afraid to tell you this, but was it one of your hotels that you normally stay in when you were up in Toronto or
yes,
whatever?
all the time.
Yeah, okay, so I'm sure it was a pretty classy joint, right?
Right.
Usually, bed bugs are around from some pretty sloppy laundering habits, to be honest with you.
Uh-huh.
Now, that they live off of, I think I heard somebody mention before, the flaking of skin and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They had that right. They just had the wrong insects. Spider mites are definitely outside and on shrubbery. But, the bed bugs definitely can live in, sheets, actually sometimes in the mattress itself, pillows, anything along those lines. So, it could, and they will leave little welts on you, and almost look like a flea bite.
But it could be what?
I said they will leave little welts on you, a little bit smaller than what a flea bite leaves.
But one of the marks is a long scratch. Can they make a mark like that?
No. They don't have like claws or anything. No. I don't know where you got the scratch from.
Same thing, same spot. All happened the same night, Saturday night.
Huh? Were you outside?
No, I was in bed sleeping.
And you woke up and you saw
I woke up yesterday morning, I'm shaving and I see like blood on my wrist and on my arm, just a little traces of blood. And I look and I went, yeah, what's that? All these little bites and then plus a scratch. I think it's a spider.
Well, maybe you scratched yourself scratching the bite, no?
The bites don't itch. No, it's a scratch like an insect makes. That's what 3 hours now I've been trying to find out what kind of an insect gives a bite or makes a long scratch that you can actually see. I'm telling you, it's a spider.
Could be a spider. I mean, spiders will sting and leave welts, yeah. They're usually bigger. Are they big or are they small welts?
The bites?
Yeah.
Small.
Are you getting a welt, though, like a small?
No, it's going away.
Got me, man. I don't know. It's
okay.
a Canadian bug, I guess.
Okay, thanks. It's Canadian bugs, eh? In fact, one of them popped its head through my skin. How's it going, eh? Canadian bed bugs. Everybody's got a story. You see what I mean about this show? No matter what it is I bring up, everybody's got a different, just like my ailments, just like everything you name. Everybody's got a story. Now, this guy sounded pretty knowledgeable. But once I got to this scratch, wait a minute, that's not the right kind of bug. Bed bugs can't scratch.
Should you have scratched it yourself, like in your sleep?
You don't understand. First of all, I have no fingernails. Secondly, you can see I've had those before. It's about an inch long, or at least 3/4 of an inch long scratch. You can see it in there.
I can see it.
God damn it. And then these little tiny bites up here, including the one I showed you that looks like 2 little tiny teeth marks.
I think it's cockroaches.
Didn't the guy call before and say cockroaches don't bite?
Well, they bit my ass.
This isn't my ass, it's my arm, God damn it. And why the hell they bite your ass beats me. Maybe that was a La Cucaracha. Maybe it was a Cuban cockroach. 12:57 and 5:60. Maybe these are French-Canadian. Maybe I got in the wrong room. These might be French-Canadian bed bugs.
Boy!
That's what it could be. God damn it. You know, this is the thing with life. You ask a simple question, you think it's fairly simple, and all of a sudden it becomes big, song and dance and complex, and everybody's got 1,000 different answers, none of which are probably right, but it sure kills some good time.
Oh! It's the 1 to 2 hour!
Al Gore, as you have never heard or seen him before.
4 years ago, you gave me your nomination to be vice president. This is some crap. I've been watching you doing that Macarena on television. And if I could have your silence, I would like to demonstrate for you the Al Gore version of the Macarena.
I am not trying to do
Macarena. Would you like to see it again?
No.
Tengo mucha confusión. Tengo mucha emoción. Mucha emoción y un gran corazón. When your alarm goes off in the morning, Macarena. When one of your children reaches for cereal and fruit, Macarena. 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 Macarena.
Okay, 103 560 Who's more boring, Elizabeth Dole or Al Gore? It's a toss-up. By the way, it's interesting. It's a great coincidence that I'm reading this book about Andrew Cunanan, His Vulgar Favors, by Maureen Orth, because he was crazy as a bedbug. Okay, where are we going? He was. Here's Miami Beach. Hello. Miami Beach.
Hello?
Yes, sir?
Leo, don't believe all these idiot people that
I don't believe anybody that calls this show.
Okay, what you had was a white spider bite.
A white spider?
Yes, a white spider bite. My neighbor had the exact
Thank
same
God it
thing.
wasn't a black spider.
No. It's a little tiny white spider, and my neighbor had the same thing. She had a long scratch and two little marks.
Really?
And her arm blew up like a balloon.
Oh, well, that's because she was allergic. Thank God I wasn't allergic to it.
Okay, so she was.
Yeah.
She was. And she went to the doctor, and he told her it was a white spider, and they're very, very common. And well, this happened in New York.
This was in Toronto, which ain't that far from New York. It's right across Lake Ontario.
And it was
It's right up there.
little white spider. He said they're very, very common, and people have different reactions to them.
Yeah.
Her arm blew up like a balloon.
Can you imagine if my arm would have blown up like a balloon after all these other things I've been going through? I would have thought it was that was it.
But don't think
Muerto.
it's not bed bugs, it's not spider mites. It's
A white goddamn spider,
white
huh?
spider, yes.
God
yes.
bless you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a great day. There we go. It only took 3 hours and 5 minutes.
Oh!
Finally, we get to the bottom of this whole bug thing. A white frickin' spider. How do you like that? God. Now, was the Black Widow, maybe that's who it was, huh? It was the Black Widow. Ever see a Black Widow? Open line in day one in Broward, 5670560 pound 5. See, I'm not hearing myself right. I don't like the way the show is today. It doesn't sound right to me. That I don't want to complain because the studio is nice for 4 sterile walls. You got to admit this. And then Sam, what a joker he is. He walks in and says, "Oh yeah, this looks like your old IOD studios." Yeah, he was hiding his shovel. It was right behind his
rectum.
Yeah, as he said it. This is about as sterile as the inside of a goddamn oxygen tent. These rooms. We need to do something to spruce this. Get all our stuff up on the walls there. Get our blow up doll Enrique thing up there on the wall. Where the hell? Where's my? Oh, thank God for that. I thought Duff might have stolen this. Okay, where are we going? Here's was that Cujo or Cujo? How's Cujo doing? Too many saves, Cujo. Too many shots. Here's Cujo Key. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to give you the correct name for the bed bug.
Yeah.
It's Cemex lectularius.
Yeah.
It's a member of the Hemiptera.
Hermaphrodite family?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And it's about 1/5 of an inch long, unpleasant smelling, flat and reddish brown. And it eats only blood.
Mm.
The thing that eats the flecks of your skin is the dust mite, and as you found out about the spider mite.
The white spider.
The white spider.
No, not a spider mite, the white spider.
Yeah, the white spider is the one that probably did you. The spider mites are on plants.
Right.
And I think George is right about cockroaches. I've been bit by one.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, thanks for the good news.
Okay.
Okay. No, I agree with that. They do bite. I mean, just because the one guy there in the bed, these people say anything. We had 6,000 calls on it. I only wish we had 6,000 calls this year since we've been here. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. So we've narrowed it down to the white spider or the white spider is what we've narrowed it down to, okay? What are we going to do about it? It's healing up. I mean, it's not a big problem. It's just that when you're sleeping in a hotel and you're spending money, in a pretty decent place, not a flop house, not a flea bag joint, you don't expect to have bugs crawling around in a place that's supposed to be a little bit. See, the problem is I have to always sleep on my right side. I can't sleep on my left side for crap. Huh? I just can't. It's uncomfortable. Don't most people sleep on one side? So 95% of the time I sleep on my right side, and this hand is always like under the pillows. You know what I'm saying? So if the bugs, if all these things are crawling around like way underneath, under the pillows and way near the end of the mattress, sure enough, they come up to take a peek, and there's a nice big ham hock of an arm sticking out right there waiting for him to take a bite. You following it?
No.
I am. I know exactly what's going on. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hi, God.
Yes, sir.
You were telling us about your fish food ice cream?
Yeah.
Vanilla Swiss Almond by Haagen-Dazs, much better.
Yeah, okay. Go have 20 or 30 quarts, okay? Haagen-Dazs sucks. There's another guy just like that stupid bitch that was calling us with her, what was that ice cream she was peddling, that awful coffee stuff? Remember? Oh, and then we had all those Cubans calling in with that Haagen-Dazs leche con leche, whatever that thing was. You know what I'm talking? Oh, God.
Dulce.
Dulce con douchebag. All I can say to that is, ugh, that stuff was rank. Rank. What do you expect from people that, eat horse meat? What are you laughing about? It's true. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Why do you think they won't close Hialeah down? When those horses break down, there's lunch.
On Sports Radio 560, QAM.
I know that the Lord even loves Neil Rogers.
It just dawned on me, the reason that this doesn't sound right is that these are not overhead speakers. Do you know what I'm saying? These are up on the wall, far away, up over your window speakers. These aren't like real overhead speakers like we used to have both at the old IOD and even at, dare I dare say, at Paxson.
That's what they had at Paxson, that kind of arrangement.
No, we did not. Wrong. They were in the ceiling over your head. How the hell could they have had that arrangement at Paxson? The goddamn window was like 20 feet away at Paxson. Your memory is very short.
Big ass speaker.
Wrong. Alzheimer's check for George. In the ceiling, as in, why do you think they call them overhead?
Because that's what they had at IOD. That's not a real thing, by the way, real term. Mitch was just humoring you, I was told.
It doesn't make any difference.
But that's what they had at Paxson. They had big ass speakers.
Oh, they didn't. Yeah, they did. No, up against the window?
Yeah.
50 feet away? Wrong.
All right.
Call and talk to your close personal friend there, the engineer, Max, your good best friend. Yeah, he's still over there screwing around. He likes to schmooze. He likes to, what were the three things? He liked to eat, he liked to schmooze, and he liked to screw, I think was the three. Not necessarily in that order. Kind of like this place. Oh, now that we're up here, we can spend a lot of our spare time looking for those naked pictures. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello? And I know which desk we ought to be looking in, too. Mobile in Miami. Hello? Goodbye. Here's a mobile in Pembroke Pines. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil, you were talking earlier about the DSS dish.
Yeah.
You said something about the network programming is available on it. Is that true?
What I said was that the Congress has rescinded this thing until December 31st. They passed a bill so that when your provider, in your case DirecTV, took away the networks, CBS and Fox, that they now have to give them back until the end of the year.
And what about ABC?
Not affected by it. ABC
I never could get any of the networks on my DirecTV dish.
Why not?
It would always say you had to.
Because you didn't lie. Because you didn't lie, sir. You got to learn how to lie.
Oh, is that what it was?
Right. Call them back and said I lied. I can't get them.
You got to give them a different zip code.
That helps.
Okay, but you didn't say this.
I didn't say what.
You didn't tell me to lie.
I didn't lie to them because I don't have the networks on my small dish because I already had them on the big dish. So what do I need them on my small dish for? So I did not lie, sir. I never told a lie up until that moment. Oh. Does he want them or does he not want them? They force you to lie. They force the customers to lie. That's the way it is. Even if people want to pay for the service, they force you to lie. Just give them another zip code. That'll work. Oh, okay. Just make it up. Then they'll take your money. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Palm Beach. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I just caught the last part of your spider deal, and I was just wondering, I've had the same problem a few times. I was just wondering if it could possibly be fleas.
No. In a hotel?
I don't know why not. If there were pets in there, maybe prior to you getting there.
They don't allow pets in this hotel. On the 20th floor of a hotel, there's fleas?
Hey.
No.
End of discussion.
Maybe the maids have fleas. That could be it. George suggested crabs might also be in those sheets, huh? Don't have any crabs. Oh, what's that? Oh, man. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in the Gables. Hello.
Brief history of the bed bug.
Yes.
It comes from the saying, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Back in the day of the early settlers, the mattresses before foam and springs, they used Spanish moss that came from the trees.
Oh, from Spain.
No.
La Cucaracha, yeah, I can smell it from here.
Spanish moss. In the Spanish moss, if they didn't bleach it or purify it somehow, were chiggers.
Oh, Jesus, don't let no chiggers into your hotel.
And they sleep on a mattress made of Spanish moss.
They're just crawling with bugs and chiggers.
And the sleep tight part comes from the fact that they put it on a wooden bed frame, but the bottom wasn't springs, it was made out of rope. So every night they would take a stick and tighten the rope, and that's when you could say
Sounds like something that John Benet's daddy was doing, yeah.
and that's where you could, the best thing you could say, The best thing you could say to someone back then was sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite.
Yeah.
That's the deal.
So then how come the bed bugs didn't go away when we started making like real foam mattresses?
Well, now that may be a white spider. I have no idea what the hell's going on with that. But
White spider. The white spider sounds good to me.
okay, man.
Okay, thanks.
Later.
White spider, baby. We got it narrowed down. It's either a white spider or a white spider, and quite frankly, when you come right down to it, what the hell difference does it make other than the fact I should probably write a letter of complaint, shouldn't I? Huh? See, if I had a doctor, which I don't, I could have my doctor write a letter and then, get a whole bunch of free nights next time I go up there the next 200 times. If I had a real doctor, which I don't. Oh, and by the way, I've been unfair. Dr. Mark, you're a good guy, even though you're pretty useless. Calling him Patch Adams. I saw a big billboard for Patch Adams when I was in Toronto over the weekend for the movie, which how the hell can that still be shown? And there's Robin Williams with a big red ball on his nose. And I thought, why should I call Dr. Mark that when I can call him something a little simple, like Dr. Doolittle would be good. A more famous character, huh? Right? Dr. Doolittle.
Dr. Mengele is more famous.
Yeah, but this one's Italian. Here's a mobile in Coral Springs. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay.
This is completely off the subject, but I was wondering if you knew anything would happen with the Indian Circle down in Miami.
If anything happened with it, like what?
Yeah, have they built over it?
I think they found Al Capone in there, and also I think Jimmy Hoffa was in it.
Well, I had an idea for him.
And also I believe John Brown's body was in there too.
Why don't they have a museum on the bottom floor of the building for the Indians and then have it built on top of it?
You mean in the condo building? Oh no, this guy's going to take. He's going to make a killing.
Yeah,
the county that's bankrupt and the city that's bankrupt, somehow, once they get through all the legal fees they're going to spend wrangling in court, which is more money they'll lose, they'll find some way to screw it with the public out of some more money, and they'll pay him he'll make a lot of money, and he'll build his condo someplace else. That's
Hopefully
right.
they'll keep the circle there. I think they could put a museum on the bottom floor. It would be nice, but I don't know. It's an option, just seeing if anybody have heard anything.
I think what they ought to do is scatter Meyer Lansky's bones right there in a circle would be good, huh? Used to walk his little dog in Collins Avenue. He's a good guy, Meyer Lansky. He was just a goddamn investor trying to make a living on a pension. 567. And by the way, you want to know one of the most overrated movies? I was thinking about this yesterday also on that plane coming back last night. One of the most overrated movies of all time, especially by this audience. Goodfellas. Huh? See, this again, because you come away from the Godfather series, from the trilogy, with this tremendous fascination with mob movies, and some of them have been pretty good. But like Once Upon a Time in America, if you can stand the 5 hours and not knowing what it meant when you get over with, that's pretty entertaining. But what does it mean? Huh? How's Brian Bloom doing, by the way? Anybody seen him lately?
No.
Disappeared, vanished into thin air. But Goodfellas, it was okay to see once. I was thinking about movies that you want to see more than once. Like Clockwork Orange. That's a movie you could see 20 times. Great movie. Goodfellas, once. Once. That's plenty. When he starts doing the narration, Ray Liotta, when he starts doing it, huh?
He's so annoying. Why
He's annoying. That's right.
There?
Oh, and we were going here and going there about And then when what's his name, Robert De Niro, when Ray Liotta's wife goes down to the warehouse, remember? Oh, you want some dresses? They got some right in there. Just go right in there. I don't think so. Yeah, right in there. Isn't that just a little bit? And now I'm watching on TV. They're showing the trailers for the new Robert De Niro movie. It's called a mafia movie made because Robert De Niro's in it. That's the name of the movie. We couldn't come up with any other reason to make this movie. The one where he's going to the psychiatrist and it's about a confused, huh?
With Billy Crystal.
Oh my God! Are you serious? Crystal is in it?
He's the psychiatrist. It's actually about him.
The movie is about Billy Crystal?
The both.
That damn faggot. I can't stand him.
God. 5670560, pound 560 on the air. In fact, it's a good thing Cunanan off himself because he said Billy Crystal was going to be next. Here's a mobile in Coral Springs. Hello.
Hello there, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You just mentioned the Paxson word on the paper. You were out of town, so you probably didn't see it. There's an article in the paper on Sentinel on Saturday that he's entertaining a sale of his company, which is why his stock prices have been going up.
What a charlatan, man. What a faker. It's like he bought the Travel Channel on a Monday, and by Wednesday he had sold it again. This guy's strictly a loser.
An opportunist.
Not a loser as far as dollars and cents, but as a human being. Strictly a loser.
If you have that fax number, I'll send the article over if you'd like.
305.
Right.
650.
650.
0198.
0198. Okay.
But send it slowly because the fax machine in this new studio is right behind me. And it
rectum.
Creates a buzz in my rectum when a machine starts going on.
Oh, maybe you'll enjoy the article then more.
That might be what does it. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Buddy Bud Paxson, baby. He's just a wild hoss trader is all he is. Anybody want to buy some stations?
No.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Goodfellas, highly overrated. Not in the same class with Godfather, okay? Very marginal. In fact, Robert De Niro is marginal. Anybody who thinks that Robert De Niro is in the same class with Al Pacino, Marlon Brando, Robert Duvall, who played Santino? What was his name? George? He's not. Well, don't be. See, here we go. He's doing a show with a call. He likes Goodfellas. We don't care whether you liked it or not. What are you arguing with the caller about Goodfellas? What was that?
Yeah, some caller, some New Yorker.
Saying what?
I can't believe you didn't like Goodfellas.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I said it was a movie you'd see once. I didn't say I didn't like it. I said it was overrated. Okay? God. Go back to New York, okay? Take your obnoxious accent, that disgusting, stereotypical, and take the nanny back with you while you're at it.
Oh!
Take her too, that bitch. And the thing, you know what astonishes me? That there's a lot of guys that think that she's hot. This, to me, I mean, unbelievable. The people that think that she's hot.
She's hotter with her mouth closed.
Frandra, she's hotter than what? Than a matzo ball? Hotter than what? Toady Fields? Mrs. Fields? Strawberry Fields forever? Oh yeah, she's hotter than Tempest Storm. Yeah, that's right. She ain't no 70-year-old stripper with a phony vagina. 127 at 560 WQM. If you won the lottery recently, well, congrats. You know, this thing here is a little bit of a problem, George. I thought this was going to be great, but the counter is so high that it's like pressing my ribs. I'm going to have like indented ribs. Don't press it.
Take any bullshit from him.
Okay, 132 at 560 QM. Let's suspend a bit in this. One thing I've discovered, maybe that's why the morning show, they keep getting farther and farther behind and back that last spot. We got so many goddamn spots and promos and crap on this station that if you get like a minute or two behind, it's desperate. You don't have time to do that. No, I don't have any check for you, Brian. See you. Well, I'm not going to be thinking about him. I get off a plane last night, 10 after 11, comes in an hour late because two assholes decided that they put the... And let me say it again. What kind of people go to an airport, check in, they go to the check-in counter, they check in, they check two bags, they check their luggage, and then they don't show up on the plane? Huh? You think they might be a little bit occupied? Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello?
Good afternoon, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I made me clear on this whole thing about DirecTV. I mean, I called DirecTV the other day, and they told me that I had to get waivers from all the local networks and all this BS, and it's just and from what I heard from you, it's totally different. So you're telling me I can get them now without, I can just call back up and tell them I want them. And
well, let me read the thing again, okay? Here's the thing.
Half the people we talk to, they don't know what the hell they're talking about anyway.
A bill passed Wednesday by the Senate Commerce Committee may enable many satellite TV subscribers who have been receiving distant network signals illegally to continue to receive them indefinitely. The bill, sponsored by allows approximately 2.2 million satellite TV subscribers to keep their network feeds through the end of the year. It will then cut off the imported network signals of all subscribers within the main broadcast signal January 1st, 2000. That's going to be your Y2K problem. You'll get them back. But and in addition to which, you're talking about DirecTV, right?
Correct.
So unless you've already got them, or unless you give them a zip code out of town, or lie to them and tell them you live in an area where you can't get cable, which most people do anyway if they want the networks, unless you do that, you're not going to get them. Have you ever gotten them?
Yeah, I had them up to about the first of the year. They said they started disconnecting them in February, but they disconnected mine like right in the middle of the Miami Buffalo playoff game.
Nice.
As soon as they disconnected it,
right.
It was like at halftime. As soon as they disconnected, I get a phone call from them saying you can no longer receive these these local networks.
Yeah.
And if you
Well,
want
if this bill goes through and the entire Congress passes this, then we should be able to get them, regardless through the end of the year anyway.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, they just don't have when you call the representatives there, just don't have a clue of what's going on. So I thought maybe you had something more to enlighten me on. But
I'll keep you posted.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Let me say it again, you assholes, especially Alan Shacklin over there at Channel 4. This is for you. Okay, how about another one? No extra charge. I want to watch CBS if it's coming from goddamn Uranus. If I'm willing to pay for it, I should be able to watch it, okay? If I want to watch The Guiding Light on Wally, on wherever the hell that other affiliate is coming out of now, I should be able to watch it. This bullcrap that somehow because I live in this area, I mean, it's bad enough that we got to live in this area. That's bad enough to begin with, okay? For starters. It's just so anti-American. It is not the American effing way. It's just the opposite. Although you notice in recent years, this idea of no monopolies, it totally throw that out the window. Let's have nothing but monopolies, especially in radio and television. Let's let about a half a dozen companies buy up every goddamn radio and TV station in the world, and then start dealing them out like baseball cards, like Paxson. Oh, what do you got? Well, I'll trade you 3 Mickey Mantles for a Stan Musial and a Ted Williams, and destroy everybody in a business's life along with it. Right, Peter Bolger? You grave robber, you backstabber, you Judas? You piece of walking crap? You turd. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello?
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, the studio sounds the same. No difference.
Yeah, it sounds exactly the same on here. Why would it sound any different? It's the same microphone. It's the same board. It's going through the same transmitter. Why would it sound any different?
No, it sounds identical.
These people are giving me a pile of crap. They're trying to play a psych game with me. I'm too old. I've been around the block too many times. It's the same dreck.
I want to add to the bug thing.
It's like our copy in here. It's all the same old dreck. Yes, sir.
George is absolutely right. Your large household variety roach.
German roach.
No, the large one. They call them palmetto bugs, but it's not really a palmetto bug. It's just a large one.
Right.
Okay, that one will bite you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I had a luxury car, early 70 model, and to make a long story short, it gnawed a hole through the seat of the car. I had more traps in that car than a mink farmer. I thought it was a mouse.
Yeah.
And I left the window down.
Well, there was like a little glitch in the phone connection there too. It was almost like the phone company bleeped that one, yeah.
Good timing.
Yeah, that was good. Nice going, Larry Mixon. Yeah, Larry's got sitting down there. He's got his finger on it. Larry Nixon and Mixon, whatever his name is, and Buddy and Nevins, they're sitting there together. They each got their finger on it. They're having consulting sex. Oh, now why is this guy doing this? I don't need any reviews of The Godfather. I don't need any, why do you waste our fax paper, you jackass, you? Now I got to get this crap back here on a fax machine. All I got to do is even think about the name of a movie, and right away this guy's faxing me. I don't need any more information about The Godfather, okay? I never knew no Godfather. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Seriously, I don't know. Starting tomorrow, we're going to do a whole new thing, okay? We're just going to run all the spots. Huh? No, we'll come in and start at 10 o'clock. We'll run through all the spots, and then after that, we'll just go home. Because that's all they care about here. If you get 5 seconds behind here, you're screwed. You've had it. There's no chance. You don't get to take a goddamn breath. You can't even come up for oxygen in this goddamn joint. So the verdict is in. The studio sounds exactly the same. The callers sound the same. The quality of the calls has been exactly the same, of course, and the volume as well for a Monday. The only thing that's changed is the goddamn fax machine is back here grinding away, grinding and grinding and grinding. And he said, look at this. Look at more Godfather crap. Stop wasting our paper, you asshole. Jesus Christ, how many trees do they have to chop down to keep this guy going?
Yes, God.
Oh. Okay, 144. Boy, Frankie Yankovic, yank this. If Boca Brown would have come in earlier this morning, we could have killed, for not had all this discussion. That would have been the end of this show. Looks at my wrist and my scratch. Oh, that's a spider bite. That's all those spider things there. Told you the scratch. When you get the long scratch, that's a spider bite. It's a little white spider sat down beside her and without the goddamn curds and whey. And guess what Boca Brian brought in, by the way? Woo! America. Like I said, if we would have had this earlier, we'd have had a show today. Instead of this crap. Yeah.
This is for all the people.
All right.
Thinking that life has passed them by.
And then there's always, now how come you put recording artists on here? You don't put the names of the songs. Lou Christie, the song you never want to hear again. Yeah.
Every trick in the book, with every step that you take, everywhere that you look.
Okay, that's enough of that one, Lou. Not one of my favorites. Oh, and then there's, yeah! All right! Spirit. And then he puts his doo-wop crap on here, See, I always did that with like a couple of links missing in Boca Brian's Brains of Brian.
Do-bop-si-doo, boom,
See what I'm
boom,
saying?
boom, boom,
This is doo-wop crap. And guess who this is, by the way? For that jackass that sent us the list, Frankie Lyman and the Queenagers, mister. Hey, suck. Sound like Michael Jackson with his nuts cut off. Sound like Geldy with his nuts cut off. And what is this piece of crap?
Tell me why.
Yeah, this was the original. Right, this is pretty good. Not like the Belmont song.
Why the stars in the sky, they're the same kind of stars that I see in your eyes.
Whatever happened, by the way, speaking of boring people, to that jackass, the keeper of the keys, what was his name that played all the oldies in the doo-wop shop and all the bounced around magic and Stu Barnes? Stu Pendus? Stu Goldstein. Isn't that his name? Stu Goldstein, the keeper of the keys. Pretty weak. All that old doo-wop, I think my Mike used to like that, all them jingles he used to play. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello? Mobile in Miami. Okay, like I said, they're gone. Thanks for holding, asshole. Here's Cooper City. Hello?
Buddy Nevins.
Yeah, huh? Hope you had a good time. Was it, well, no, let's see, not was it, what was the word?
Consulting.
Oh, was it consulting? I got to read that again. He and his wife are having consulting sex. They had to bring in a consultant to show them how to do it. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
This is for you and Mr. Manbench, Jim Manbench. Let's have it for the Gators.
Uh-huh. Okay. Like I said, he's an asshole. Here's a mobile in Plantation. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I'm a professor over at FIU,
I'm sorry.
and you're right about that.
Yeah.
Anyhow, regarding that bite, I can tell you exactly what that is.
Great. Here we go.
It had two little marks, right?
One of them does, yeah.
Okay, there's one insect down here that not many people talk
But this
about.
wasn't down here. This was in Toronto.
Well,
Toronto, Ontario, about 1,200 miles due north.
well, that makes more sense even. No, it's
Just
only,
on the other side of Lake Ontario, eh?
It's mostly down here. Even Canada, we've had reports of it. It's called the Mexican sperm beetle.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
I believe you, yeah.
It's called.
Yeah.
It's the Mexican sperm beetle. It's not so much the bite.
Yeah.
But the sperm. People have a
religious experience from it, yeah.
From the sperm.
Mm-hmm.
And so
It's
the
also
only way to
known as
get rid of that.
Monism as revenge.
No. The only way to get rid of it, you have to use a compound it's methyl I think it's xylocaine.
Yeah.
It's a derivative of Viagra.
Mm-hmm.
And what it does, it makes them so they
Like I
can't
said,
breathe.
good luck in your new job at Miami-Dade, okay, pal? Wow. 567-0560, pound 560. In fact, hook him up. Remember that caller last week from that awful comedy shop up there where Chris Baker used to go over and over and
Oh my God.
over
Oh my
and
God.
over
Oh my
again?
God.
Hook him
Uncle
up.
Funnies.
Uncle Funnies. Send this guy to Uncle Not So Funnies. What is this more Godfather cracks? This guy's fax. More stuff with Godfather on our fax machine. Look at all the paper they waste, sending me these stupid, idiotic articles that I'm not going to read. All this stuff from the National Review, from that fascist piece of crap with William F. Buckley's ass on the back of each page. Get out of here with this crap.
Suck it in and hold it.